back at it again here tonight, folks, with the Rick Bell's Custom Rigs Xfinity Series for Extreme Motorsports and 99.com. We have seen some awesome racing here at Daytona the past two nights, and tonight is going to be no different as we enter, or we take the Xfinity cars off the haulers and bring them out onto the racing surface. Man, glad to have everybody out there here again this evening. Of course, myself, Joshua Medlock, on the mic for you here tonight. Joined by Gary Wells. Gary helping me last season in the ARCA Series. Well, K&N last season. It's the ARCA Series this season. Been moved down to the Xfinity Series, Gary. And, well, here is where it really begins for the top-tier drivers for Extreme. And you've been watching. You've seen it. You've raced. Man, what do you expect here tonight?
I expect a big one on lap 2. No, in all seriousness, Daytona, man, it is a big deal. Biggest track, biggest race we go to all season. We started out with the biggest event. And I tell you what, this is going to be here an awesome race at the World Center of Racing. The Super Bowl, Star Car Racing we see every season right here at Daytona. You can't win on lap 1, Josh, but you could definitely give it away on lap 1, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, you can't win it on lap 1. We know people is going to try for sure to, get up front and try to win it on lap 1, but you're not going to be able to. I think right now it's patience. 100 laps here tonight. Going to be a long race, but they can get around the track in about 45 and a half, 50, 46 seconds roughly. So the draft going to be a big key here, as well as what it was the past two nights, Gary. You know that. So I don't really have to go over that over and over again. We've had a great turnout the past two nights from our fans out there here in chat, and they know it as well as we do, Gary. So let's go ahead and go down that pre-race analytics here real quick, as they are still under practice here, and kind of go over that track temp. Boy, that track temp, Gary, 100 degrees, a little bit higher than what it was the past two nights.
Yeah, it's going to be a hot and slick racetrack tonight. Definitely going to be a long 100 laps, 250 miles here. So definitely going to be very treacherous out there. I was practicing a little bit earlier, and it was definitely a little bit slick in the turns.
All right, so we're going to be a little bit slick in the turns. Air temp of 78, 250 miles exactly here tonight. Same as always, Gary, tire window 50 to 60 laps. Not going to be big on tires. That fuel window still the same, though. Going to have to watch that fuel rod. 26 to 32 laps, 27 to 33 laps, so roughly somewhere around in there. We're pretty close together on our numbers. So somewhere in between 25 and 35, you're going to see them come down pit road.
Yeah, definitely. Somewhere between 26 to 33 laps, somewhere around in there. Tires, though, they're going to last basically the whole race. I don't really see them changing tires much unless we get a caution. But definitely going to last at least 60 laps, maybe even more. And I think, Josh, tonight that pit and pace speed, especially that pit road speed, 60 mile an hour, definitely going to be a thing to watch if we have green flag pit stops.
Yeah, we've seen the past two nights, and that's one of your points. I'm not going to steal your thunder here. You're going to really dive into that later on. You got to be careful coming down pit road, especially on those older tires and the less fuel not lock it down. 60 miles per hour. It is pretty fast, but I mean you're doing almost close to 200 miles an hour, and you've got to get it slowed down. So be very careful when coming down pit road.
Yeah, in the middle of this pack, these guys can get up to 195, 200 miles an hour. And like I've said here before, Daytona, Talladega, places like that, it's like you're going from the interstate highway to the McDonald's drive-thru in about 1,000 yards. So these guys really have to be careful coming off of turn 4, getting down to pit road. And, we saw a wreck Monday night in the ARCA series with green flag pit stops. Then we saw them wrecking last night coming out of the pits in the truck race. So it's definitely going to be a wild card race here to start the season. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It is definitely going to be a lot of fun for sure, Gary. We've got the national anthem to play. We've got qualifying coming up next, and, of course, the drivers' meeting. But we're going to go ahead and get our picks out there for everybody that is wanting to know who we picked tonight. This is going to be a strange night for picks, because me and Gary, we picked from the same team,
Yeah, we picked
but
teammates.
we picked different drivers, and
sure
it
did.
was you know, guys, how I do it. I just randomly pick somebody usually, and I actually picked tonight going to be Tommy Haynes to going to be bringing it home into victory lane for EWR, which is Evan Wells Racing. Yes, that is Gary Wells's team here tonight. But I picked Tommy Haynes. I just went down through the field, and that's who I picked. So, Gary, why don't you let everybody know who you picked here tonight?
Now, before I get called out in the chat for showing bias by picking one of my drivers, because I know I've been told not to be biased this season, I picked Paul Irvin. He's going to be in that 8 car tonight. He was running about top 20 in practice, but man, I tell you what, it's so close here at Extreme Motorsports when you practice here. It don't even matter practice speeds, in my opinion. But I picked him because he won the ARCA race at Daytona last season, and I figured, well, he's got a little bit of success here at Daytona, so I figured I'd pick a former winner in Extreme. So.
Oh, and that is not a bad pick. He's already got it. He's looking to go back to back, but he's looking to go back to back in another ride, as he is now racing in the Xfinity Series. So, a different car format for him. But yeah, looking to go back to back here at Daytona. We're coming down to about a minute left here in practice. We're going to step away, play the national anthem provided by Madison Rising. Don't go anywhere. Drivers meeting qualifying coming up right after this. Alrighty, folks, we're back live here. Qualifying is underway here tonight. It looks like right now Rhett Nichols going to grab the top spot. Well, he did there for a second. As now GT, Michael Thwaites, Willie Nelson times are starting to roll in, Gary. So really not going to be able to keep up with these drivers out here while they're qualifying.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough, but I could tell already that these qualifying times are really right on top of each other. I heard earlier that somebody was able to lay down a 50.03 in a practice session earlier, so definitely probably going to see that towards the top of the board as a good average. So definitely going to be right on top of each other. We see Michael Atkins Jr. and Mike Rominger, actually now Logan Keiss, right on top of each other there at 017 and 035. But here comes William Moore. He's got the pole right now with a 49.949. I don't think anybody's going to beat that, Josh.
Oh, man, a 49. Well, you got it 949. I got 950. Well, it's not really much of a difference there at the time, man. What a time. The only driver to get in the 49s here. And that is a fast lap by William E. Moore. What a turn lap he just put down there here to get that pole. We do still have plenty of drivers out here that are qualifying, and we have a full field here tonight. 43 drivers. We got a packed field here. Can't fit nobody else on Daytona here tonight. And it looks like everybody, for the most part, is going to be putting in a lap. I'm showing a few not putting in a lap.
Yeah, and you're going to see that here at Daytona. There are going to be a lot of different strategies out there, but it looks like everybody that is eligible to race has made a time except for Tommy Massey.
Yeah.
But looks like everybody is separated by 0.2, 0.3 actually, from first to 42nd. That's incredible.
Gee. All right, William E. Moore is going to grab the pole out here. Jeffrey Creek out there on the racetrack, coming down to about 5 seconds left. Here in qualifying, he will get to finish his lap, I do believe, if he chooses to. He is still out there running at 100.
Been closed by race control.
Qualifying is closed. All right. Well, Gary, I know we got some key points to go down here tonight. We'll go ahead and let you kind of go through that. You wrote them down. We kind of talked about them before, but kind of go in depth with that.
Well, yeah, I've always got, if you've been watching ARCA here last season, and usually whenever I do a race with Josh, I like to have my 3 Larry McReynolds keys to the race. So here we go. First one, avoid pit road mistakes. We saw a lot of guys make some mistakes in ARCA on Monday night, and of course last night in the truck race. Avoid those pit road mistakes, getting on and off pit road. Make sure you're giving and taking, and make sure you can get down to pit road speed and not cause any wrecks. Point number 2, avoid the big one. If you can get away and avoid all these crashes tonight, you definitely got a shot at a top 10, heck, maybe even a win. And then third and last but not least, when it comes down to the end of the race, you got to find that good drafting partner. Whether it's a teammate or not, usually within those last 10, 15 laps, not only is it find every man for himself, but doesn't matter if it's a teammate or not, you got to find a good drafting partner to get to the front.
All right. Yeah, and all the 3 key points there is, it's going to come up to play tonight. Like I was alluding to earlier, pretty much the past 2 nights, Gary, we've seen that 3-wide action here. And we have seen drivers come from the back to the front on the outside, taking it 3-wide. Do you chance that early on here tonight with 100 laps, or do you wait maybe halfway through the race, or maybe even 3/4 of the race through, say about 75 or so laps before you initiate that 3-wide and potentially not only take yourself out, but maybe a teammate and a lot of other drivers too?
Well, I mean, I wasn't a part of the race Tuesday night. I mean, I was here, but I was kind of riding around the back. But you really saw it Monday night. Brad Slaughter Jr., man, I wish you could roll the tape on this kid, man. He came from the front to the back. He got wrecked by actually one of my drivers on Monday night. Comes back to the front on the outside by himself. He gets some side draft from that outside retaining wall, some side draft from the other cars, and he goes from 25th to about 3rd in about a lap. And if it wasn't for a wreck, he probably would have gotten to the lead. So I think you could definitely see that in these cars tonight. I think we'll continue to see that side draft play that X factor where we'll see guys try to make it 3 wide. And if you could get a partner or 2 up there on that high line, you could get a lot of momentum up there. It's going to be very fast up there tonight.
Oh yeah, these Xfinity cars, they draft really, really well. Well, in the past updates they have. I have heard some people last night in the truck series that they wasn't wanting to suck up like they were before. Could we potentially see that here tonight where they just don't want to suck up to one another and do that bump drafting as they call it, or are we going to see them kind of spaced out?
Well, you are going to see these guys suck up really well. And those trucks, man, I have to agree. You weren't really sucking up as well. If you had just two, you weren't getting to the back bumper at all. But if you had 3, 4, maybe even 5 trucks, that's when you started to gain some momentum a little bit. These bumpers lock up in the Xfinity cars. They are perfect. It doesn't matter if you're a Ford pushing a Toyota or a Toyota pushing a Chevrolet. These bumpers do lock up. They do have a no locking bumpers rule this season in Extreme. So this is going to be very interesting to see, what's a bump draft and what's just flat out pushing another guy.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they do have that new rule. Now I know they also have a rule also that is coming into play this season. I alluded to it on the ARCA series. I alluded to it last night. I'll allude to it again tonight. Pit road. You cannot push anybody down pit road, nor can you push anybody if they're having problems. You can't push them to finish a race. That has been included in the rule book for Extreme Motorsports 99.com this season. If you guys out there, all the fans out there, want to check out the rule book, you can go to the Extreme's website at extrememotorsports99.com/rulebook, and it's got everything laid out from Gary, from the ARCA all the way up through the Cup Series. Pretty much every rule that they have is in there. Probably one of the more professional rule books I have ever seen.
Yeah, definitely one of the more professional rule books, and they have it for the oval series, and that's just very specific to just the asphalt ovals. So these guys, they have the same rule book across all four, and all the admins that they got here, they've got 3 live admins in the booth, I think, all across all 4 series this season. So they've got a lot of eyes around the track, and they pretty much interpret and call the rule book the same. So definitely very good when all the admins are on the same page as well.
Well, this is going to be, I got 2 things here. Gary is actually, I'm going to sign Gary here tonight live on MaxSpeedTV for the Xfinity Series. He's going to be going over the penalty chart here tonight and for all 15 races, Gary. So that's going to be your job here this season.
All right, sounds good to me.
And also, I didn't get to it last night, but I do want to make sure I don't do this very often, but I've gotten to know Gary. I've gotten to know you really well. Please keep Gary's mom in your prayers. She's been under the weather. I'm not going to get into detail, but please keep her in y'all's prayers, thoughts, and prayers that she makes a full recovery and gets better, and that way she could come watch some racing with us over here. I had that all planned out, and I know it's probably a shocker to Gary tonight, but
don't make me cry on YouTube.
But please do that, folks. But we got some action here tonight. Let's go ahead and go over before Gary starts crying. We'll go ahead and go over the top 10 here in qualifying here real quick. William E. Moore going to grab the pole. Alan Elwood in second. Will Davis. I think that's Will L. Davis, if I'm not mistaken.
Same Will L. Davis from Cannon last season. Yes.
Yeah, Will L. Davis. Will Davis in this one. In third, Logan Kice in fourth. Kel Gale going to grab that top 5 here in qualifying. Gary, finish him out for the top 10.
All right. Well, in 6th place, we've got Garrett Heath. 7th place, we got Michael Atkins Jr. 8th place, Mike Rominger. And rounding out the top 10 is going to be Scott McClendon. Or I'm sorry, he's in 9th. And then Chris Seidenfaden's rounding out your top 10.
You got it backwards there. It's all right. It's all right.
I went Indiana education, I tell you what.
All right. Well, let's take a look at how what we got in chat here tonight. We got concurrently right now 39 viewers in there. We got 19 likes. Well, it just hit up to 40. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Like we've got Cody Kempner, Brendan Kennedy, Marcus Regal in chat, Andrew Tuggle in chat, Andrew Tuggle again, Mr. Rudy Cummings in chat as well. Extreme Motorsports, the man, the myth, the legend in chat. Eminem's Racing, Brendan Kennedy again, Marcus Regal again. Eminem's Racing, boy, they're chatting it up. Cameron Hearn in chat, but Cameron's also racing here tonight.
Oh, he'll put that chat down in a minute.
Oh, yeah, he will. I'm glad to see him
I
out
hope
there,
so.
though. Gary Wells in chat, also up here in the booth with me here tonight. If I'm missing anybody, it looks like Ryan Branchaw out there in chat.
And I see an Edward Morris. Ed Morris Sr.'s in chat as well, I think. Just saw him drop a comment in there.
Yep. Yep. Let me go ahead and do this real quick.
All right, but
Yeah.
yeah, so I've got, if you don't mind, I'm going to break out the trends here
Yeah, go
from the
ahead.
last
Had to do
three
something here real quick.
races. No, you're good. So I've got some trends here from the last three races. I'm going to go specifically just the total average over the last three seasons for races here at Daytona. Average leaders, the last three races has been 10 total leaders. We've also seen an average total of 20 lead changes the last three races here. And the last three races at Daytona, the leader of the most laps did not win the race, neither did the pole sitter. And 2 out of the last three races at Daytona have ended in a green-white checkered. The average amount of cautions, 6 here at Daytona here this evening in this Xfinity Series. And then the average last caution at Daytona, the last three races, has been 5 to go here for the Bell's Custom Rigs Xfinity Series for Extreme Motorsports 99.
All right, so a little bit more stats there that Gary has alluded to. Yeah, made a mistake in the ticker there, but that will be changed before next week. So
What'd you do?
I forgot to change an image.
Oops. We're human. We make
Yeah,
mistakes
yeah,
sometimes.
it makes mistakes. Yeah, we make mistakes, but we'll get that changed before next week, folks. Looks like we got some more people coming in chat. Dustin Stickley, Donna Kay, Jeremy Allen, Blade Eddie Patterson, Eric Grover, Everett Grover. Looks like Davey Hendricks in chat as well. Edward Morris in chat. I just seen he has also come in. Liam Brown, hello. How are you doing? All right, still in the drivers meeting here.
Yes, sir. They got some new guys here, so I know usually the first couple of races of the season, Josh, should take a little bit longer because they're just breaking down the rules for everybody.
Yeah.
But I did want to talk about some team drivers just for things to look out for as we get to those team point championship. Josh, if you don't mind, I got the drivers listed here.
Yeah, go ahead. We still got about 4.5 minutes.
It'll take me about 30 seconds to rip through this one. So we've got some new teams. We got some teams that changed names. So this is definitely going to be something to watch out for. VRA came back, Virtual Racing Alliance. And of course, for this season for Xfinity, we have gone from 2 team point drivers to 3. So it's a system of 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the Cup Series. So for Virtual Racing Alliance, they've got Alan Elwood in the 5, Cameron Hearn in the 15, Scott McClendon in the 51, and that's for VRA. For Samson Motorsports, 2-time and reigning Team Series champions here, we've got Chris Seidenfaden in the 45, Rhett Nichols in the 55, and Zach Willard in the 88. New team, which was Downforce Motorsports, is now Evans Wells Racing this season. We've got the 8 of Paul Irvin, Tommy Haynes in the 17, and then Logan Keiss in the 43 car. East Coast Motorsports, which was Performance last season, they have GT Hawkins in the 14. They have Darren Bruce in the 27, and then Shad Curran in the 33. We've got 4X Racing. They're owned by Brandon Fries and Casey Duncan. They're both driving in the 2 and the 11, respectively. And then Danny Rogers in the 18 car. Then we've got Legacy or Earnhardt Legacy Esports. We've got Blake Griffith in the 1 car, William Moore in the 99, and then, of course, Will Davis in that 38 car. Primetime Motorsports this season, they're coming back. They've got Eddie Morris in the 7. They've got Willie Nelson in the 20 and Cale Gale in that 83 car. Going to be a fun group to watch this season. And then last but certainly not least, got a brand new team with Kickin' Asphalt Racing. They've got Garrett Heath and Timothy Zayas running that show. They've got Danny Ware in the 19, Timothy Zayas in the 22, and then in the 23, they've got Garrett Heath. So that is your team drivers this season. And that is who will be going for the Xfinity Series Championship on the owner's side, as well as the overall team points championship.
All right, having some connectivity issues over here, it looks like.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, dropping some frames.
Uh-oh.
Looks like it's still holding strong out there in the stream, though.
Yeah, I'm watching it here, and it looks like we don't have too many issues, so.
All right. Well, as long as it's holding strong, I really don't. I'm not really going to worry about it right now. We'll just go ahead and go with the flow here and go from there. But man, we got a lot of new teams, a lot of new names out here racing in the Xfinity Series, but a lot more familiar names tonight than the past two nights. And so a lot of the drivers moved up into the Xfinity Series from last season to this season. So a lot of these names are going to be a lot more familiar than what we have seen the past two nights.
Yes, a lot more familiar. A lot of guys either moving up from ARCA to Xfinity or Truck to Xfinity, those kind of deals, or even moving down from the Cup Series to come back to the Xfinity Series. But they've got a solid feeder system here for Extreme, so really nice to see. You're going to see a lot more familiar faces, trucks all the way up to Cup than you will probably in the ARCA Series. This is just a beginner's division. But I did also want to give a shout out to the 95, Nicholas Roman. He won last season's race, primetime, I believe, swept the top 3 positions, and they're always strong at Daytona, so they're definitely going to be a team overall to watch out tonight.
Yes, they will for sure. Well, we're coming down here to about 50 seconds left, and then it's going to be time to grid them up here, Gary. We're ready to get this show on the road here for the Rick Bell's Custom Rigs Xfinity Series here at Extreme Motorsports and 99.com. Round number 1 here at Daytona, Gary. I'm sure you are ready, bud.
Oh, I was born ready for this. I've been waiting all month for this, so this is going to be a fun race here, and hopefully some good, clean side-by-side racing. I know that's what everybody's looking for tonight. So.
All right, well, getting the countdown here from iRacing at about 15 seconds left. I think it was just a little hiccup there, maybe on OBS YouTube end. We're green now, so we are good to go. Let's get them down here on the grid here, folks. 52 concurrently watching right now. Thank you, everybody. But let's get them on the MaxSpeedTV starting grid here tonight. Wrong button. Oh, all over the place tonight.
Better make sure you hit the right button.
I got the right button now. William E. Moore going to grab the pole with the only driver to get in the 49s, 49.950. Congratulations to William Moore for grabbing the pole. Alan Elwood going to be starting on the outside of him in second. Will Davis third. Logan Kais fourth. Cale Gill fifth. Garrett Heath sixth. Michael Atkins Jr. in seventh. Mike Rominger in eighth. Scott McClendon ninth. And Chris Seidenfaden going to round out that top 10. Gary?
Sorry, I'm slacking here. 11th place, we've got Justin Gann. 12th place is Darren Clement. 13th place, Danny Ware. 14th place, Tommy Haynes. 15th place is going to be Richie Evans. 16th place, Paul Irvin. 17th place is going to be Blake Griffith. 18th place is going to be Cameron Hearn. 19th place is going to be Hunter McDaniel. And rounding out your top 20 is going to be Joshua Gillian.
All right. Ron Shooty, or Shoot. Going to be starting 21st. Dwayne Colbert said the fastest in practice there is going to be 22nd. Gary May 23rd. Brandon Freeze 24th. Timothy Zayas 25th. GT Hawkins 26th. Austin Hill 27th. He's back at it here again tonight. Michael Thwaites 28th. Jeffrey Creek 29th. And Billy Nelson 30th. Gary, finish them out here tonight, buddy.
Will do, and I do want to point out that is the real Austin Hill, the current Gander Outdoor Truck Series driver there in real life. So, 31st we've got Nicholas Roman, 32nd Danny Rogers, 33rd Darren Bruce, 34th Ed Morris, 35th is going to be Zach Willard, 36th Bryce Senesac, 37th Alexander Brown, 38th David Elliott, 39th Blair Patterson, and 40th it's Rhett Nichols, 41st Shad Curran, 42nd Casey Duncan, and rounding out the field tonight it's going to be Tommy Amassi there in 43rd.
All right, and I think everybody did grid, except for maybe Austin Hill, it looks like. Might have not have gridded there.
Yes, he has not gridded yet on my screen either, so he's still got plenty of time, though. You got about 2:30 here before they can grid and roll off here, so.
All right, well, it looks like
they're
Austin
rolling.
Hill.
Never mind. He's going to start from pit road.
Yes, he is. William E. Moore going to lead them off here. Now, you don't have to go all the way around the backstretch here in pacing to come up onto the track. But under caution, under green flag, you do have to stay below the double yellow line and go past that blue cone there coming onto the backstretch before you can enter the track. If not, you will get an unsafe pit exit.
That's a drive-through.
Yeah, and that's automatic drive-through by iRacing. So you are going to definitely have to watch for that. But as we make our way onto the backstretch here for the first time here tonight of many, Gary, as they go into turn number 3, buddy, what do they say?
Yeah, as Larry McReynolds used to say back in the day, reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time.
All righty.
Gonna be a fun race here tonight, Josh. I did
yeah.
want to point out with that commitment lane there at the exit of turn 2, they put that in there on iRacing a few years ago because they noticed that some guys would just merge up onto the track right after they got off pit road. So they iRacing put in a measure there to prevent that. So.
All right. Well, it looks like Supernova just joining us in chat here tonight. Brad Slaughter as well. Coming out of turn number 4 here, folks. Pace car is going to make its dive to the safety of pit road, and William E. Moore is going to be in control on that red line inside 99 machine. Here we go. Pace car is off, and the green flag is out. Buggity, 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 folks. We're racing here for round 1 of Rick Bell's Custom Rigs Xfinity Series at Daytona.
Yes, and these guys are already, of course, side by side. Look at Logan Keiss giving a nice shove there to the 99 as they head into 1 and 2. Allen looking for a drafting partner. He's trying to suck up to, looks like Garrett Heath in the 23, so they can get a run off of turn number 2 here.
Oh, come screaming down the back stretch. We have
Oh,
seen
we
this
already got
before.
some cars down to the apron here,
Yeah.
so they drop back to the back here. Going to be very interesting.
Now, we've seen this before. Well, the past 2 nights we've seen this. Teammates spread out, and they want to get to their teammates.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do want to mention that I did that last night coming off turn 2 first lap, and everybody did it. So it's definitely one of those interesting situations when everybody has the same idea as you do.
Oh, yeah. Well, we see that in real NASCAR, too. These drivers dropping down like that to get hooked up with their team. But William Moore going to lead that very first lap here tonight. And I'll say it again, as I said it the past 2 nights, you don't get a bonus point for leading a lap. But, however, you do get a bonus point for leading the most laps at the end of, well, tonight, 100 laps here this evening.
And I will say it is pretty cool. He just led the first lap of the season here for the Bell's Custom Rigs Xfinity Series here. So good job by him leading the first lap of the season, but we got a lot more laps to go.
Yeah, we still got 99 more to go here tonight. That's kind of rough.
99 bottles of milk on the wall. There we go.
Kind of rough just talking about it. Williams going to lead the second. Still that number 5 on the outside. Oh, Alan Elwood, as I call him. On that outside with Garrett Heath. They just can't get that run. On that high side, you look though, I believe that is the 32 of Darren Clement on that outside line as well.
Yeah, that is Darren Clement. He's going to try to suck up to him. If I was these 2 cars up front here, I'd try to maybe drag a little brake here, lift a little bit, see if you can get these guys to catch up to you. And it looks like they have here coming down the backstretch. You really need about 3 to 5 cars really tucked up on each other in order to make that outside line work. But still early on here, I think they're just trying to ride it out a little bit.
Yeah, just knock some of these laps down. We know they're going to definitely have to pit at least, I would say, at least 3 times if it stays green, Gary. And,
yeah,
you know, as we continue on, the past 2 nights, I believe the first caution came at around 6 to 8 laps. Now, could we see that again tonight? It's a big possibility, but we don't know. You know, these guys.
We don't know, but we are seeing a couple packs starting to form here, 2 different packs. Looks like there's about 10 to 13 cars in that first pack, and then the second pack, you're really starting to see that form, and it looks like Dwayne Culberson is the leader of that second pack.
I'm up front. Allen got a little loose there. Yeah, Dwayne Culberson in the 81. On that low side, the inside of the 15 of Cameron Hearn. Got the 14 of GT Hawkins there on that outside line as well. 81 by himself. Don't see that too often with a car on the inside by yourself. These guys are just going to go blow by him on that outside. Well, yeah, they kind of got checked up there on that outside. The 31 drops it down. Richie Evans down in front of the 81.
Yeah, and really here at Daytona, if you have a little bit of a problem, you're going to drop down a little bit and let these guys go by. One thing we didn't really talk about in practice as we're getting into the race here, Josh, temps are going to be very important here tonight. It is a somewhat of a hotter day at Daytona, 77 degrees at that track temp at 93 right now. These guys really going to have to keep an eye on their temps because after about 3 or 4 laps, that engine gets a little bit hot. So these guys are definitely going to need to watch their temps and keep the distance if they need to.
Oh, yeah, I'll pop that race analytics up here real quick for everybody to take a look at it. She was just talking about it. Oh, everybody can get an idea of what kind of the same stats we're seeing out there here tonight. Blake Griffith looks like a kind of a group here between Tommy Haynes, Blake Griffith, Michael Atkins Jr., and Timothy Zayas in this group. They're coming, kind of a second, I wouldn't say second pack, but they are coming. Cameron Hearn below that double yellow is going to move behind the 27 there. Darren Bruce coming up through the field. Already up, I believe, 11 spots from 33rd to 22nd here. What do you mean more, though?
Yeah,
Still
these guys
strong
definitely
up
got
front.
some other strategies here in mind. I've been kind of watching this front pack as you've been in the back, but looks like the outside is starting to make a little bit more momentum here. But as you can see, the 43 and the 99, they're right up next to each other there in the corners, nose to tail. So they get to pull away a little bit in the corners, but coming down the straightaway, that 5 car does get ahead of steam going. Just not quite enough yet.
Yeah, and you was alluding to the
Got a
heat.
slow car here off the pace. I think that's Austin Hill. He's going to go to the high side of this faster pack. Let them all go by. Austin Hill, not the start that he wanted to this race.
No, he's going to fall back, but, you know, it'd be a lap down here. Right now, if they get around him, right now what he needs to do is he just needs to fall in line, get into the draft, be done with it. You know, stay up
get
there.
in that draft. He's got a fast car. He just missed the start. So he just needs to stay with this lead pack, and we get a quick yellow here, and he'll be right back in.
3 wide up front. Whoa. We're going 3 wide again back toward the back with Austin Hill there on that outside, but we were 3 wide up toward the front there for a second. I didn't catch who it was. We're going to see Garrett Heath, though, below that double yellow as he falls back.
Yeah, a lot of different strategies here. A lot of people trying to fall back and get out of the chaos. Now, I did host a few of these quick races or fun runs that we did, practice races for Daytona. And Cub, Josh, I tell you what, I think we're going to be in a great show for tomorrow night. We were 3 by 3 by 3 rows deep, and we all held it for about 10 to 12 laps before it kind of fell apart. So I think tomorrow we're going to be in for a show, but I know these Xfinity cars can do just about the same thing here in the draft. So going to be interesting as they get late in the race.
Yeah, it really is. We're seeing a lot of single file going on right now. On Nicholas Roman, it looks like everybody behind Nicholas also going to drop it. Single file there on the inside. Maybe not a bad idea as we are still early in this race. If these laps wind down, and they've only been out here, 9 laps, so they are by far not getting any close, Gary, to their fuel run. Fuel is starting to burn off, but they still can go another 16 or so laps.
Yeah, they're not quite halfway to their run yet. They could still go, like you said, about another 16 laps or so, 16 to 20, depending on where their fuel is looking. But really, when you're in the back or when you're in line, you're doing a lot of lifting. We got a caution.
Oh, we do. Back in toward the back. Casey Duncan going to be involved in this, it looks like. Let's go back and take a look at the first caution of the evening. Here this evening, I believe KC was involved, in the number 11 there on the outside. So let's take a look. Third Pro 11.
Oh, it looked like the 91 of Blair Patterson and Casey Duncan made some contact. Looked like Blair might have gotten up the racetrack just a hair. I don't know if he got loose or whatever the case was, or if there was netcode.
Oh,
but
a little bit of hammy action going on down there. That's what we call netcode now. So we're gonna call it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we're gonna call it some hammy action down there on the track. But yeah, there was some contact as well That's going to send KC right off the wall, right into the 128 of Ron Shute. Somehow that 33 managed to squeeze by there of Shad Curran. But Casey Duncan looks like he's going to get the rough end of the stick as the first caution flies here tonight. And I think everybody may go ahead and come down pit road here. 10, 11 laps into the race, Gary. So they got past the 7-lap mark.
Yes, they did. They got past the 7-lap mark. We're here on lap 9 now. That's when the caution came out. But his driver, KC's driver, Austin Hill and teammate, he's going to get the free pass here.
Oh, right.
And it'll put every single car back on the lead lap. All
right. Well, we'll have to keep an eye on KC and see how the damage is, but and see if he can get right back out there. How far down speed is he going to be? How much damage did he really get? That is going to be the big key. But William E. Moore in that 99 looks like he's going to bring them all down pit road this time.
Yeah, he's going to bring them all down pit road. And just one more thing on the Casey Duncan damage there. I will tell you, just from experience, just from iRacing and, of course, watching these races in real life, these Xfinity cars are made out of a different kind of body. They're not the aluminum steel bodies that you see on the Cup cars. And on iRacing, these are the composite bodies. So you can take a hit or two with these cars and still go pretty much full speed. So. But those Cup cars, you hit the wall just a little bit and your car is all messed up for the night. So you can definitely take a little bit more of a beating in these Xfinity cars.
All right, well, the race off of pit road, it looks like.
And just for record here, Race Control just informed us, and I'm seeing on the chart here, the 91 is at fault after contact with the 11. The 91 will get an EOL after the 91 pushed up the racetrack to get into the 11 car.
All right, so we do have the confirmation there. It looks like GT Hawkins is going to be out front. Looks like he missed his pit stall there. So off of pit road, that did pit is going to be Chris Seidenfaden in a second right now. So really what's GT going to do? Is he going to go ahead and stay out? Do you think he'll come down pit road?
It really depends on GT. If he needs to, obviously he probably still needs to get some fuel. I know for personal experience, it's not always the easiest thing to see your pit stall when 43 cars come at it all at once. So kudos to GT, pulling what I would do, drive through pit road first one of the year. So he's going to come down for some fuel, but it looks like Seidenfaden's going to be our leader here, I think, if I'm looking at the scoring correctly.
Yep, Seidenfaden is going to be our leader here this time by.
That's a beautiful Northern Capital Toyota there for Chris Seidenfaden. Look at that car, man.
Yes, it is. Let's get a closer look on that. Let me kind of turn the screen here for everybody. Yeah, look at that, how pretty that is. Well, the two-timers, as we call them here now, going back-to-back in the team championships, Gary, and then, that is back on the line again this season. We're going to go through the team points on Mondays this season. That way we get the updated points format all across the board. So every Monday night in the ARCA series, we'll go through the total team points and the team points for every series as well in the ARCA. But we'll go, through like next Tuesday or next Monday night, we'll do ARCA only. And then overall. But Tuesday, we'll only do the trucks. And then Wednesday, the Xfinity, Thursday, the Cup.
Yes, sir.
The next Monday, we'll do that all over again. Yes. A little bit different here. That way we get the total update from it. But let's go ahead and pull up our first interview here, shall we? Let's go ahead and get Chris.
I was just about to ask you about that. Who do you want to pull up?
I'm going to pull up our current leader right now, Mr. Chris Seidenfaden. Buddy, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, we're racing out here tonight for round one, bud. You're up in the lead, but hey, it's early, so we don't know what's going to happen out there on the track. But how are you feeling? How are these Xfinity cars feeling out there here this evening?
They're feeling pretty good. They're stuck to the ground. I like it. They're really easy to drive. I've just been keeping my distance from everyone else, keeping about a car length from the person in front of me, and just took just fuel on that pit stop. Tires are still at 100%, so we're good to go.
All righty, Chris. Well, you guys are going to get double file here real quick. Real quick, Gary, anything for Chris Seidenfaden, our leader?
Nah, man, good luck. Looks like that you got a fast Toyota Supra out there. Bring it home to victory lane.
Appreciate it.
I'm pretty quick at that, Josh.
Oh, well, I went to move him and he was gone. All right.
No longer a rookie.
No longer a rookie. All right, we're going to be coming to lap 15 here, Gary. I'm going to turn it over to you. Get them going here for your first time here this season.
All right. Well, we see, of course, we already talked to our leader, Chris Seidenfaden. Rounding out the front row is going to be Cale Gale in that second spot. Then I think Chris has got one of the better pushers here early on in this race. Logan Keiss, third in that 43 car. Fourth place, Darren Clement. And rounding out the top five there is going to be Michael Thwaites. They're coming down the really long backstretch here for this evening's race here. Really, really long backstretch. I don't even really know what to say other than it's a really long backstretch back here. But it's Daytona, man. It's you just had your first caution. I think all the nerves are calmed down now. I think really everybody's in that focus mode, really getting ready to drive and go another. Oh, let's see here, another 85 laps or so. So it's definitely a long race here. Still plenty of time to make your way back up there if you messed up early. So definitely going to be a fun one to watch here.
All right, coming out of 4, Gary's going to get him going this time, and I'm going to turn it right back over to him.
All right, well, pace car exiting turn 4 here this time. Lights are off on that Mustang pace car. It's going to dive off to the safety of pit road here. Waiting on the green flag back in the air. Seidenfaden's going to be on the loud pedal. Logan Keiss is going to be right there behind him. Looks like Cale Gale did beat him to the line by just a hair there, but Logan's going to give him that push here as they head into turn number 1. And, of course, rounding through turn 1, all side by side all the way through this pack. Can't go 3 wide to the exit of turn 2. A little anxious to see if anybody's going to try to pull 3 wide here at the exit of 2. We'll see. Still a little early on, I think, for that, though. We're going to try to see these guys get a single file as soon as they can here. No one's really pulling off to the apron this time. I think everybody is with who they want to be. Looks like Richie Evans there in the 31, making some action happen there. He went from the bottom to the top there, toward the back of this pack.
Not to interrupt you, but Cale Gale, yes, did lead that lap. He did beat Chris Seidenfaden to the line once the green flag drops, so he can go. He doesn't have to wait once it drops.
Ah, okay. 10-4 on that. And looks like Seidenfaden's going to lead that lap. I think you're right on that one. I don't know if he jumped it or not. They're reviewing that. Obviously, all restarts are reviewed in here Extreme. So, Seidenfaden, your leader. And looks like Logan doing a heck of a job here so far. It doesn't matter who he's with right now. It just seems like he's ready to push whoever's in front of him. So, doing a nice job out there.
Got Michael Thwaites behind him in that number 12 primetime machine. And he's got a teammate behind him in the 7 of Ed Morris in primetime as well.
Primetime cars. They got the 83 there, Cale Gale, Michael Thwaites, Ed Morris. They got Willie Nelson. I think they got Nicholas Roman in this pack too. So a lot of these primetime cars up here at the front early. And I think what they want to do is obviously link up and try to win this thing already.
Oh, yeah. Well, as you alluded to earlier, Gary, there's 3 drivers for points. Now, that's the points drivers. 3 drivers for a team here. Now, they could have some developments in here and independents that are part of the team, but they're independently in the Xfinity or Cup. So, you know, they're still technically teammates.
Yeah, they are still technically teammates. Only 3 go for points, but yeah, if they're racing in another series for points, you know, they're an independent, but technically speaking, by the rule of the law here, by the rule book, if you are not racing for team points, you're technically a free agent. So.
Yes.
But yes, they do have an alliance with their own teams, and they do race for that particular team. Just by extreme rules, they are free agents. So, but looks like we're starting to see this 2-pack stuff here again, Josh. Looks like they're starting to separate a little bit. Looks like Mike Rominger is going to try to lead the 2nd pack here.
Yeah, let's go back to Mike Rominger here and take a look.
As we see Paul Irvin dropping to the rear here.
Yeah, the number 8 machine of Paul Irvin also dropped back.
And it looks like we got about 3 packs actually, really spread out here toward the back. about it goes about 2 seconds into 3 seconds, kind of drops off, and then it really gets all spread out here. We got a couple 2-car tandems here and there, but mostly that lead pack, about 20-ish cars, 15 cars, somewhere around in there.
All right. Still looking here at the field. I'm trying to give everybody some airtime. They are double file for the most part. We do have a new leader in Cale Gale. He is now up front. He has made the pass on the 45 of Chris Seidenfaden. That is going to put Chris back in second, but the 32 of Darren Clement on the outside. The 10 of Gary May also on the outside line.
This is Gary May running pretty good here.
Yeah, this is that front pack. This is the lead pack, we should say.
Yeah, lead pack here, and Darren Clement did a very good job pushing Cale Gale up to the front, and Cale said, thanks, but no thanks. I'm going to go down here to the bottom once I'm clear here and lead this bottom train here.
Well, let's see here. We look at some of the teams up here. The number 10 of Gary May, part of East Coast Motorsports, it looks like, as well as GT Hawkins, Darren Bruce, Darren Clement up here. So we got a couple of teammates up here together. But
yeah,
three really, Darren Bruce up here as well.
Yep, Darren Bruce also part of the team. They're all running on that outside lane, trying to see if they can get something going here, but all calm on the western front, I guess you could say right now. 20 laps, about to be 21 laps into this race. So everybody just taking their time and trying to get to the end so far.
64 concurrent people out there watching right now. Thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. Please get these races out there on your social media accounts. Let's get some more people in here that aren't too familiar with iRacing, but they do enjoy racing itself. Share it, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. And if you've got it, you know I'm going to say it, MySpace out there. Get all that out there. And thank you guys and gals for tuning in. You crushed the like button. I didn't even set a goal out here tonight before the race, and I should have. But we've already hit 33 likes here tonight, so let's go ahead and set that goal for 60 likes out here tonight. I know we can crush that number. We've done it the past 2 nights, and I think, again, we can do it tonight as well. But again, thank you all. We got some bumping and banging between, it looks like, the 40 of Joshua Gillian and the 31 there of Richie Evans. As I was back on the 16 there of Austin Hill back on the lead lap here tonight after starting on pit road. He got the caution he needed to get back out. Now he's right in front of a teammate there in the number 30 of Justin Gann.
Yeah, it looks like the 11 car as well. Casey Duncan's already lost 1 lap, going to lose his second one here. After that wreck there with Blair Patterson, after that minor contact, looks like might have some engine damage here, so not running up to full song as everybody else would be. But still very entertaining, this front pack. Chris Seidenfaden all by himself on that outside line, trying to make something work, but he's going to fall on back here. Definitely not the time to be making that move, but maybe he even got a little hot. I know sometimes you get behind a car for consecutive laps, it does get a little bit hot back there. So
yes,
he's up to the outside line, and he's going to fall in the back. I think another thing we're going to see here, Josh, comers and goers. We're going to see a lot of people come to the front, fall to the back, and people in the back come to the front. So definitely going to be an interesting portion of the race. And of course, when they meet in the middle, they wreck. So.
Yeah, they don't want to meet in the middle. Well, they've been out here now at about 11 laps. Cale Gale still up front, leading. He's leading here tonight. Leading. That's a new name for leading. So I think I was trying to say Logan Keiss there at the same time, and it just come out leading. So
hey, Arkansas.
Hey, yeah, it's Arkansas for you. Well, Logan Keiss in second still after starting fourth. He's been running up front this entire time. Nicholas Roman coming from 31st to 3rd already.
Oh, and here comes Logan Keiss. He's going to make that outside line.
45. What happened? Now, Chris Seidenfaden saved it. That looked like some...
He did not want to push that 43 there. I guarantee you that's what happened. He did not want to push that 43 car. He was not going to lift for him. And, well, in order for Seidenfaden not to take himself out, he did have to lift there.
Yeah,
so good save there by Chris.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at that. There might have been some hammy action. There could have been some contact. I'm not entirely sure. That's why we got these replays here. So I'm going to go on a side chase view here of this 45. We're going to watch Logan come up, and I believe, that could have been some hammy action going on down there.
Yeah, it could be some hammy action. And when a car, and these Xfinity cars, particularly here at Daytona, when they make a sudden move like that to go from the bottom to the top like Logan did, for some reason, when that air moves, it really messes up that front car in line. So really good save there by Chris once again. As we see David Elliott diving to the bottom here to get behind his teammate Michael Waite. Logan is right there with that 81 of Dwayne Colburn, trying to get up to the front. I think he's won the lead this thing.
81.
Of course, in that MaxSpeedTV forward right there.
Dwayne Culberson up there. Yeah, I see it. He's side by side.
And that outside line is pretty strong there. Of course, you got the Toyotas there of, it looks like VRA and some 4X drivers there. They are definitely coming towards the front, side by side as they come through turns 3 and 4.
Who is going to lead this lap? Coming out of 4, Cowgirl Logan Kice, side by side, almost door to door.
I think
and
Kale's
it looks like Kale's going to edge out Logan there.
Kale got him by 11 thousandths of a second right there, a couple inches.
Oh my gosh, boy, that was close.
Yeah, that's the kind of racing Daytona really brings to the table. You got two lines that work really good together, and of course maybe even a third later on, but two lines really working good together. The outside line getting a lot of momentum, and it can really create some good finishes towards the front. Looks like Cale Gale's going to go to the middle here now.
Yeah,
maybe a
3 wide. Logan to the lead.
3 wide here. Logan Kice going to take the point here. I think his teammate there of Cale Gale, Nicholas Roman, got a little bit hot, so I think he wanted to
kind of back off.
Get Roman some clean air, but he wasn't able to get it because Logan Kice is going to lead this lap here.
Yeah, he's going to lead his first lap here tonight, and we got a question out there. What is hammy action? Well, we use hammy action for Danny Hamlin here because we know Danny, anyway, Brecken and all that other good stuff. Not everybody knows what netcode is. Netcode is basically lag in the game where the internet, the servers don't line up. Well, this is a simulator, yeah, but lag could go with anything. So, but yeah, I got corrected here on MaxSpeedTV. Lovely.
Peanut gallery, sorry.
Yeah,
for Blair. I saved it for Blair. Okay.
The connections don't line up. So when cars get side by side, the connection's not there. And then when it hits, it just upsets one or the other, or a lot of drivers. So that's kind of what netcoding or lag is.
And in most cases, both. It really messes up both cars.
Yes, in most cases it does mess up both cars, but we got a new name for it this season. We call it hammy action down there.
Hammy action. I'll have to write that down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they're still side by side up here in this lead draft. Logan Kice and Nicholas Roman, they're still single file amongst the top two. And looks like the top three here. Logan putting on a good show here. I know he just moved up from truck up to Xfinity this season. He was really wanting to start out strong here, and he's really been doing that, running the top 5 all night long, qualified fourth. So definitely putting on a good show right now.
Dwayne Culberson on the outside. He's coming. He was the quickest in practice.
He's definitely shown it here in that Amazon Chevrolet, riding that high side. I like his font there. It looks similar to Chance 2 back in the day when they ran the 81. So very nice nostalgia moment there for me. And he's going to try to come to the bottom here. New pass, new leader here. Looks like Dwayne Culberson.
Yeah, and I got been picked on in chat here. Don't happen very often. Here's him saying he said game. Well, we all make mistakes. We're human. Side by side up front, though. I mean, a lot of good action. But let's take a look here. I know we got a second pack back here. They're pretty much single file. Pretty spread out. Not really a whole lot of action going on.
Yeah, it looks like this second pack here is about 3 seconds or so. Well, not even 3 seconds. 16 seconds behind the leaders here in 35th position. Of course, it starts with Tommy and Massey. Then there's about another 4 seconds between those two, starting with William Moore.
Yeah, William E. Moore, our pole sitter back here with the 38 of Will Davis. Got Blake Griffith, Bryce Sitasak, Jeffrey Creek, Ron Shute back there by himself. Has no help in that 128.
Yeah, looks like the 3 Legacy Esports cars are working together here. I don't know if this is by design to be this far back, but if they don't pick up the pace here, they might get lapped here in a little bit.
Big possibility.
Oh, here's Logan Kai side by side for the lead once again. He's got a big old push coming from, it looks like, I think that's the 5? Yes.
Yeah, that's the 5. Yes, it is. The 5 of old Alan Elwood.
They're getting that momentum off of 4 once again. They got 3 cars in this pack now with Timmy Hill right there. Not Timmy Hill. Austin Hill right there. No relation. Looks like Logan led that lap by 9 1/1000ths of a second, by inches.
Wow. Well, I got my wife in chat here tonight.
She's watching.
Yeah, and she can hear me also.
She gets to hear you twice.
Yeah, glad to have her. She hears me every night. Do this 6 days a week for everybody that is new to the channel, new to MaxSpeedTV. We got a lot of broadcasts here on MaxSpeedTV as well. We're pretty much booked up throughout the whole week, so there's always something. Well, Dwayne Culberson gonna lead another lap here. Logan kind of falling back. Pull that inside line, getting a good run. Kel Gell. Looks like Michael Thwaites. The 42 of 42. Who is that? David Elliott. I'll get it right in a minute. Have to find him.
Yeah, I gotta find him here. David Elliott, strong run up 30 spots, started 38, so he's running really good here. It looks like all these primetime guys are right here together in this pack for the most part. So all these primetime guys are right there on the bottom indeed. Just in different positions because, you know, there's a high line involved. But these guys are really taking the whole teamwork to a T.
Well, Gary would have to talk about it now because they're on about a 23-lap stint here or so. Pit stop's going to be happening here in about 4 laps or so, and they are still double file. I think once you see these guys start going single file, getting in line, that would probably be about the time these drivers are going to start coming in, and we may see some early takers here, the ones that are already on that low line come down.
Yeah, they might take some takers here, but it's going to be interesting. I know in the ARCA Series Monday night, they tried it. 30 cars all coming in together in one big pack. I think the Truck Series learned from that Monday night going into Tuesday. They decided not to do that last night. So going to be interesting to see what these Xfinity guys do here. Of course, in the Bell's Custom Rigs Xfinity Series. New sponsor for them. But yeah, it looks like the pit window here is about to open here in the next couple of laps. In fact, it's already open.
All right.
So it looks like we're going to see some of these guys pit here very shortly.
Well, give a shout out to Rick Bell out there. Now, Rick Bell is in team speak here. We will be getting a word with him and, of course, Rick Donovan. So we're going to have double the Ricks up here in the booth here, maybe here in just a few minutes, maybe later on. We'll wait to see when they are ready to come up. But big shout out for Rick Bell for coming on board, and let me tell you, Rick Bell, he knows his stuff when it comes to building computers. Trust me. We'll get all that information once he gets up here and kind of lay it out for everybody. But new sponsor, like Gary, you was alluding to, new sponsor here this season.
Yeah, new sponsor here. It's always encouraging to see new sponsors hop on board. With Northern Capital hopping, of course, on the Truck Series last season. Of course, they are a big partner with Samson Motorsports. But yeah, always good to see new sponsors. In fact, I think a couple of these cars here from Kickin' Asphalt Racing are sponsored by Bell's Custom Rigs. So Definitely good to see them also sponsoring a team as well.
Yes, it is. All right. Well, it looks like we are ready for the owner of the league here. Of course, the sponsor coming into the booth here tonight, Rick Donathan and Rick Bell here joining us tonight. I am going to turn this over here real quick. But first, Rick Donathan, glad to have you up here. Rick Bell, also glad to have you both.
Good evening, gentlemen, and I tell you what, want to say a big shout out to all of our fans out there tuned in here with us here this evening with our Rick Bell Custom Rigs Xfinity Series here tonight. I tell you what, man, awesome race that we've seen out there so far. Culbertson up there in the lead, Broman out there just trying to do what he can to chase Culbertson down, but I tell you, a lot of side-by-side action we're seeing here tonight, Joshua.
Yeah, a lot of good racing out here. A lot of side-by-side. These guys are going to get ready to come down pit road here. The window's open. And this is one of the top tiers of extreme. This starts them top tier drivers. And we can just see what these guys are capable of doing here tonight. Awesome racing.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, just taking a look over here at the chat, I definitely got to give a big shout out to a guy that I went to school with in high school, Joshua. That is Dwight Braswell over there. And big shout out to him. Appreciate him tuning in here with us. Dwight, send me out a Facebook message, Rick at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. I tell you what, Joshua, that young man right there would be a fine individual to get up in the booth. He would definitely be a good broadcaster. We got to see what we can do to get him connected in here. But I tell you what, I got Rick Bell here tonight up in the booth with us. Rick Bell taking over the primary sponsorship of our Xfinity Series here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Rick, I tell you what, there's a lot of people out here in the world that's watching you right now. I'm going to give you the floor here. Tell these guys a little bit about what you are capable of doing.
All right, thanks, Rick. I'm capable of pretty much anything anybody needs for computer needs. Real fast, just shout out to Kicking Asphalt, little chair out to Garrett as well, number 23. But back to the computer stuff that I do. So for example, like I have a fully liquid cooled system myself. That's kind of like my expertise, if you will. Always having those hard tubes in your rigs always makes it pop out a little bit and definitely gives you the slight advantage because everything's a little cooler. We were talking earlier where, air-cooled CPUs and GPUs run around 60 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. My liquid-cooled doesn't go anything above 35, so it's something to think about. I'm working on some designs for button boxes. Like I said, I can do pretty much anything anybody needs for computers.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rick, tonight is the first night being up in the broadcast booth here. And I tell you, I know it can make anybody a little bit nervous. I tell you what, let's talk about the special that you've got going on right now. The fans out there can take advantage of this as well.
All right, yeah, my special is the quarantine special. Everyone's, been kind of stuck at home, so it's a perfect time to go ahead and get into some gaming. So I have a very nice entry level computer for $975. It'll get you a CPU that runs stock at 3.6 gigahertz. I can overclock that. That's another thing I do. I'll make a stable overclock for CPUs and GPUs. 16 gigs of RAM to run the system on, a 500 gigabyte M.2 drive for all your storage needs, and a 1660 Super graphics card.
All right, guys, for $975, give Rick Bell a shout. You can tune into him over there on Facebook, Rick Bell Custom Rigs. And I tell you, we got lots of things coming. And I tell you, Rick, we just talked one night about getting you involved over here with the Xfinity Series and so forth. And things have happened so fast. I know that I haven't really gave you quite enough of time to put some things together. But I tell you, we're going to work together. We got some things that we're going to put together for our members, and we're definitely going to have some things we're going to be putting together for our fan base out there.
Yes, and I'll drop my link to my Facebook page in the live chat as well to help anybody out to get to it and reach out to me.
Probably have to drop that over to Joshua Medlock. He would be able to put that in out there. But I tell you, Joshua, Gary, now no, Joshua, these graphics looking out here on the broadcast are looking pretty spiffy, crystal clear. What? How did you get these things looking so good, Joshua?
Oh, with some help.
All right.
From a couple of people that we know who those couple of people are.
Okay, but it sounds like Rick Bell may have got
Rick Bell had something to do with that. Yes, he did.
Fantastic. Okay.
That is that graphics card. Yeah, he had something to do with that for sure. The 1660, as he was just alluding to that earlier, is in my computer. Man, I'm going to tell you, it pops these graphics out. This graphics card is amazing.
Fantastic. Well, I tell you what, Rick Bell, appreciate you joining us up in the booth. We'll definitely get you back up here later in the season. And Gary Wells, tell you what, been quiet up here. How's tonight? How's the race? How is things going here tonight?
Well, things are looking pretty good here, Rick. I was just biding my time here, just listening to y'all, watching these green flag pit stops happen. So very nice, clean racing. I've only noticed a couple of mistakes here by a couple drivers so far, especially Hunter McDaniel. Looked like he missed his pit stall coming in, so he had to back up a couple times, not be too far to the left. But he's back and going now. But so far, man, only one caution through halfway here or whereabouts, so looking pretty good.
Well, I tell you what, not going to stay up here too much longer. These guys obviously doing some pit stops under green flag condition. That's always a good sign. Definitely want to give a big shout out there. Randy Cruder, Pierce M, Brad Slaughter, Ryan Bruquet. Hopefully
Ryan,
right.
Ryan actually he let me know how to pronounce it. It's Branshaw.
Branshaw, okay.
Yep.
Ryan Branshaw. Dennis Ansman. Of course, there's Dwight Braswell, Everett Grover, and of course Cody Kepner. He's been tuning in with us here lately and last few nights. Ryan Douglas, I tell you, man, it looks like Tanya Medlock, Liam Brown, and I tell you, man, that list keeps getting bigger and bigger. I love seeing a lot of the people here in the chat chatting and letting us know what's going on and letting us know how they enjoy the stream out there. But I tell you what, folks, I'm going to let Joshua Medlock, Gary Wells have the booth, and appreciate you guys tuning in with us here every night of the week except on Fridays, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, we will. Rick, glad to have you. Rick, glad to have you. Both Ricks up here in the booth.
Appreciate you guys bringing me up.
Yes, sir, not a problem. Well, a word from Rick Donovan and Rick Bell, the owner of Extreme Motorsports, and Rick Bell, the sponsor for Rick Bell's Custom Rigs. Glad to have Rick coming on board. Well, Gary, green flag pit stops have happened. Dwayne Culbertson back up. Yeah, we had some hiccups there, Gary. He was
had a
talking.
couple of hiccups there. We'll talk about those in a minute, but looks like it's the Dwayne and Primetime show as of right now. It looks like they're sweeping about the top 6, top 7, or top 5 here. So top 6. These guys are running really good. Want to give a shout out to our picks, of course. Paul Urban, he's up into the 8th spot right now, running really good. And then Tommy Haynes kind of got caught up in some of the traffic there, but he's back at 21st. But I noticed he's been running around the top 15 all night. So.
Yep. And Tommy in some traffic here. He's kind of in the draft there with the 45 of Chris Seidenfaden on that high side. This is a kind of a second group here. That's being led by, I want to say, the 19 of Danny Ware. I haven't spoken much about Danny, but
looks like everybody's kind of coming back together, Josh. You know it don't take long here at Daytona to become one big pack once again. It looks like Logan lost some time there in the pits, but he's running still in the top 10, running very solid there in that 10th position.
Cameron Hearn to the lead. Boom, and the VRA guys on the outside. Cameron Allen to the lead.
Yes, sir. They got that 2-car draft going there. Very nice bump drafting there between the 15 and the 5. They've definitely got some speed, not just here at Daytona, but they're definitely going to be one of the teams to beat, Josh.
Oh, yeah, they are. Man, they're hungry. I think everybody is hungry this season. You know, we've had about a month, almost a month and a half off, and you know, it's going to take me a couple of weeks to get back into the swing of things, but you know, they're hungry. They are all gunning. All the teams out here are gunning for the Northern Capital guys, the Samson Motorsports guys. They are gunning for them. And I think they got one of the biggest targets on their back this season. Yeah, you thought it was bad last season. Boy, it's bad. It's even worse this season because of the way the new format is with 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers for points in each series. That was starting, of course, with the ARCA series and working your way up. So they've got work cut out for them, but we know they're fast and we know they're good. So what is it going to take for it to be 3-timers, or will it be somebody else this season? We don't know.
Definitely going to be interesting to see. I know when Tommy came aboard with me this offseason, he was telling me, well, I wanted to get on a good team that was going to beat Samson. He said that was his one and only goal, was to beat Samson. He didn't care how he does it. But what? We got action up front here, John?
A little bit of 3 wide action back here.
3 wide.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Just halfway
30
through the space here, Josh.
That 32 of Darren Clement on that high side. He is going to stay on that high side.
He's going to go a lap down. He lost the draft. And I do want to say that the 57 of Hunter McDaniel, he also did lose the draft. He came down pit road during green flag pit stops. He was running up there in the top 20 or so in the lead pack, but missed his pit stall and everything. So now he's 21 seconds behind the leader in 31st. That really shows, even when you got to take an extra 2 to 5 seconds on pit road, that could really mess up your night.
Well, alrighty, folks, over the halfway mark here tonight, we're going to take a look here at the caution at the halfway mark. One caution here so far here tonight. Awesome racing by these guys for 2 laps. 49 laps to go, and we've had 12 lead changes. That lead change is going to go up, though. It's not going to stay at a 12. But you know what time it is on that halfway mark here this evening, Gary? I think it's about time here tonight we do crank it up here.
Yes, sir. Let's crank it.
we are back. A little bit of a crank it up cam for everybody for a couple of laps. Well, right now it's still the VRA guys up front. Cameron Hearn in the 15, Alan Elwood in second. But you look on the outside, here comes the 83 of Cale Gale and the 81 of Dwayne Culberson. They're getting a good run on that outside line. But, man, in the corners, Gary, is where they slow down. They just don't have enough cars out there.
Yeah, they just don't have enough cars. You need about 3 or 4 cars out there to be really successful on that top lane. But I tell you what, there was for a time during Crank It Up, Cameron Hearn and Alan Elwood, they pulled away from the front pack a little bit. They got to about 0.3 of a second lead there at one point away from this front group. But, of course, we all know that doesn't last very long here at Daytona, and since you can't lock bumpers, they're staying right with them. But Cale's really trying to make that high side work. He's got a really fast car here. So does Dwayne Culberson. I've noticed he's been in the top 5 all night long.
Well, this is a fixed setup league. Everybody has the exact same setup.
Yeah, it really shows skill level and talent in these fixed setup leagues, if I can say it. It's and that's what the pros run on Sundays at the Pro Invitational. They run a fixed setups set by the iRacing officials. So definitely really starting to show here. These guys are running about same speed, but really comes down to talent and how you can execute the setup and get around there the fastest.
Well, Michael Thwaite's doing some battling there on the inside, currently running in 6th after starting 28th. He's got the 16 there of Austin Hill to his outside of now the 95. Nicholas Froman has got Austin Hill as they kind of get ever so closer to that outside line.
And just like I was telling you earlier, it looks like Paul Irvin and Logan Keiss got to hook up together here. I was telling you under Crank It Up. These guys are working nose to tail now, and they're sucking right up at the back bumper there of Austin Hill to get up to the front. And Cale did lead that lap, Josh, by 9 1/1000ths of a second that time.
All right. Well, let me, Gary, I'm going to let you kind of take over here for a minute. I'm going to be posting the link in chat here for Rick Bell. So go ahead and take over here for a minute.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, while Josh is doing that, it looks like we got 2 distinct packs. I'm going to kind of look back at the second pack here, led by Rhett Nichols in that 55 machine. Looks like him, Timothy Zayas, Richie Evans, and I think that is Joshua Gill in there in that 40 car. It is. There are 4 cars all by themselves. And then it kind of goes back to another pack, 31st on back. We've got the Legacy Esports guys, Hunter McDaniel, and then the 09 there of Bryce Sinesak. Then we got another pack after that. As here comes the leaders, actually, now they're about to put some cars a lap down here. Looks like Casey Duncan's going to be the first victim once again, running low on power. But it looks like Cameron Hearn still your leader here as they're side by side coming to turns 3 and 4. Cale up on that high side. He was overtaken there this time by Cameron Hearn. Those VRA guys, I tell you what, you're going to have to get them separated in order to beat them tonight. They will definitely not be denied.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to separate them right now as they are side by side. They are coming up on a lap car here. That'd be the number 11 there of KC Duncan to put him another lap down. KC 5 laps down. He is staying high. No, not the night that he wanted. Well, in chat, you're going to see Facebook.com/Bell's Custom Rigs, everybody. I wanted to get that in there.
There we go.
For everybody to take a look at as well. But Virtual Racing Alliance this season looks like that is in TeamSpeak right now is Jeffrey Creek, Davey Hendricks, Cameron Hearn, Alan Elwood, Scott McClendon.
Well, they do have spotters, I would imagine. Kind of watching in on this race and trying to help their drivers when they can.
Jeffrey Creek he is on the lead lap. Not having a race he wanted. He's back here running in 39th after starting 29th. One of the VRA guys.
Man, I completely forgot about Jeffrey Creek being in this race.
Yep, running back here to 54.
He switched from the 51 this season. That's what threw me off. There we go. Yep, looks like this second pack right here, or this third pack, I'm sorry, looks like they're going to be the next victims to fall a lap down here. Because the leaders are just now exiting turns 3 and 4. Once again, VRA coming here to lead this lap.
And those VRA guys strong on the inside. Yet again, been out here at about 18 or so laps. Some been out here at about 20. So within about 10 or so laps again, we're going to be within that pit window. It'll open up at about lap 26, I would say. Somewhere in between 25 and 26. And then...
yeah, we'll see it here at about lap 70, I think, is when we'll start to see that window open. Going to be tight, but they'll be able to make it to the end. And, of course, that's not counting any green-white checkers.
It's called Stonks out there in chat. Hello, how are you doing?
Gil comes down to the inside. He was able to come down here. He's going to fall into third. He left the 81 there, Dwayne, out to dry. Now Dwayne's leading the outside lane with looks like Austin Hill and then Paul Urban and Logan Keiss.
Yep, the 14 of Hawkins GT out there as well. The 27 of Darren Bruce on that high side. And Tommy Massey making his way back up through the field on that low side. Started 14th, currently running in 16th. He is right behind the 18 of Danny Rogers. Started 32nd and running in 14th here tonight. Well, we know it's anybody's race, and I think the past 2 nights we've seen, from what I was seeing in chat earlier, it's been independent drivers that have won.
Independent drivers that have won. I would say the pressure's off for those independent drivers. They get to race on their own and don't have to worry about team orders where maybe the team guys, they're really focused on trying to get the teams to work together and that kind of thing, which is incredibly hard to do at a place like Daytona, but definitely good. You come out as an independent, win the race. It's definitely opening the eyes of some team owners to possibly even maybe land themselves a ride before the season's over.
Well, I've already seen a couple of drivers the past 2 nights racing independently. I have already seen them get picked up by teams. So, you can get picked up by a team just in one race. Of course, the team owners do have say in, if you start messing up or whatever, they'll...
You can lose your ride this year. It's a very big deal.
Yep.
And you only get one shot at it, Josh, this year. You only get one driver change. So pretty much I think we're going to see the trend. I think your Cup Xfinity teams are going to be pretty much solidified right there. No major changes. I think you might see, though, ARCA and Truck probably get a driver change this season. But definitely going to be something to watch for. And, of course, we got some team owners that are signing people after Daytona, but I know for myself and maybe even a few other team owners, I kind of want to see what they do when we go next week to Vegas, starting in the ARCA series. So that'll be fun.
Oh, yeah, that will be definitely a fun race for sure. Oh, no. Oh, no. Austin Hill dropped connection.
Oh, no.
No.
Yep, his quality is down to 26. He is going to throughput once again. He did that at the very beginning of this race. It looks like he gone. He is out of here. He's about to fall on out.
Not what we want to see by anybody at all.
Is dropping like an egg right here. Grant Eppinger has connected to the race, and he's watching, actually, on iRacing.
All right. Well, tuning up the band, give a shout-out to him for watching here this evening. Willie, tuning up the band Nelson. No, that is not the actual Billy Nelson. But it is the actual Billy Nelson, because this is Willie Nelson. We just like to pick on him. He is coming from 30th to 9th right now on that
inside. And he is the truck champion from last season. Of course, he's not defending that title, as he'll be racing in Xfinity and Cup this season, but won that championship last season at Homestead without controversy, of course. There's a lot of controversy with that truck race.
Oh, but, go back. I mean, you can go back on MaxSpeedTV, everybody. I don't say this as often as I should, but you can go to the MaxSpeedTV YouTube page, and we have every single race we have done on iRacing on YouTube ever.
we don't normally talk about yours, Josh, but I do have an archive of your first race ever.
Yeah, my first race ever. Yeah, man, I was so nervous.
You are definitely not the same person.
No, I was not. Well, battle for the lead here. Cameron Hearn, Dwayne Culberson, Outwood, Irvin, Gale.
Paul Irvin and Logan Keiss trying to make that late push in this run on that outside lane.
Yep.
Definitely going to be pushing Dwayne toward the front. Looks like a lot of these guys getting ready to pit here. The pit window is about to open here once they hit lap 70 or so.
Yeah, here about, yep. About the next lap or two, yep. I don't know if they can make it. You know, they would.
It's going to be close.
That's
not counting any green-white checkers here.
Yeah, we
but
got one attempt.
Yes, we do have one attempt. But it looks like here, lap 70, I would say in the next 2 laps, Josh, we're going to see some people come in. I don't think anybody took tires that last pit stop, but I do not expect them to take tires anyway. I've noticed after about a 30-lap run, even a 60-lap run, the tires only go down to about 98 to 97%, so barely any wear on them. So these tires aren't wearing that much here at Daytona.
All right. Pit road will open, or will be open here. Well, it's open at any time under green. Yeah. But the pit window will be right now as they cross the line. So we're going to start probably seeing a couple of drivers come down pit road. But we hit 80 people here. I just seen it hit 80. Big shout out to all 80 viewers. Currently setting that right now, 79, 42 likes. We're still shooting for 60, but hey, 50 likes here tonight. I am not going to complain. I ain't even going to complain with the 42 we have here this evening right now. You guys and gals are awesome out there in chat. Thank you all for being committed, not only to MaxSpeedTV, but to Extreme. And just what we try to do here to put on a great show for everybody out there. But we do see single file starting to happen.
Yep, we're starting to see that single file starting to happen here. I'm starting to see on the outside, it looks like Paul Irvin, Logan Keiss, and Tommy Haynes, the 3 Evans Wells racing cars, finding
Logan
and trying to
goes
get
to
their
the
way
center.
to the bottom here for pit stops. But they have finally hooked up together here for the last cent here. But yeah, we're starting to see everybody on the bottom line here this time, Josh. Looks like about 20-some cars.
We got some people coming down pit road. Rhett Nichols, Timothy Zayas, Joshua Gillian coming down pit road. It looks like David Elliott. I'm not sure. Okay, he might be coming off of pit road now. He is several laps. Oh, he is only 1 lap down. Oh, we got more drivers coming down.
Yeah, we got more drivers coming down here this time, Josh. Looks like... trying to see here.
E.T. Hawkins, Darren Clement, Gary May, Darren Bruce, Chad
looks like we got the West Coast guys coming down pit road. Looks like Zach Willard and the Sampson guys are still staying out for at least another lap or so. Yeah, all these teams, they want to pit together. You don't want to pit here by yourself at Daytona. You will lose a lot of time. So these guys all trying to pit together that are on the same team. At least they have another drafting partner or 2.
All right, Davey Hendricks in chat. Richard Bell in chat. That is Rick Bell, everybody.
And the Primetime guys are pitting here, Josh.
Yo, Primetime coming down pit road. If I can get up to them. There we go.
And the Amazon car. I like to call it Primetime and Amazon. There you go.
Primetime and Amazon. Dwayne Culberson.
All coming down pit road here.
Wait, had to back up.
That's going to lose him some time, Josh. He better not be taking tires and only getting fuel just to get to the end here.
Well, he's taking some rocks, it looks like, but he is off and away, so he's going to come out at about the same time as his teammates out there. So now
we've still got about this top 5 group-ish or so still staying out. Looks like the Evans Wells racing car is still out here as well. VRA still out. Looks like these guys might be pitting here, and they are. The VRA, EWR cars are all pitting right here.
I'm not seeing VRA pit.
Oh, just kidding. I'm sorry. It's just the EWR cars. I thought I saw them. Well, they weren't really to the bottom yet, but here they come.
Yep, EWR coming down. Paul Irvin, going to have to work on that number there, buddy.
Yeah, I saw that during practice there. He kind of got a double stamp on it.
Yeah, Logan Kais, Tommy Haynes down pit road. All right, well, the VRA guys still out front.
Still out. They are definitely stretching this run here by a couple of laps. It looks like the 5 and the 15 are pitting this time. I did hear over the chat in all teams, so they are going to come down pit road this time. This is going to be the last 2 cars really to hit pit road.
And here comes the leaders.
Yep, all the leaders here, all the remaining leaders. Looks like the 4X racing cars as well coming down pit road, as well as kicking asphalt racing.
3 wide on pit road.
3 wide on pit road there. Those teammates there, absolutely. Everybody getting down into their pit stall. Looks like no trouble, no issues here.
Well, if we can make it back around, that's going to give the lead up to the Primetime 83 of Cale Gale.
Yep, looks like Primetime once again has nailed down their strategy to work together. These front 5 cars of Primetime working really hard. And, of course, the Amazon car.
The Amazon car.
Can't forget about Amazon.
Okay, Nicholas Vroman. He is part of Primetime. Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Yep.
And it looks like they are going to be the lead cats here. It looks like Cameron Hearn and Alan Elwood, the VRA boys, are coming off pit road. Looks like so is the 3 and the 51 here. Looks like everybody's coming off pit road here this time. Everybody's making it through very nicely.
Yeah, well, Scott McClendon, that's caught up with his teammates there, Cameron Hearn and Alan Elwood. But, man, here comes Cale Gale and company as they come screaming around to the outside of the 2 and the 43. The 2 of Braden Freeze and Logan Kais.
Yeah, it looks like Tommy Haynes has lost the draft. Not sure what happened to him, but he's going to fall a lap down. I don't know if he made a pit road mistake or what have you there, but definitely not running the place he wanted to be in.
Oh, Alan Elwood, Cameron Hearn, already up to speed. Here comes
it doesn't take much for these.
Yeah,
it seems like these Toyotas.
Yeah, they got the 17 of Tommy Haynes behind them, and here's the thing about Tommy. Being 1 lap down and right where he is at up here with these lead cars, if they caution... Uh-oh, go ahead.
Got a couple penalties here. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
But it looks like here, lap 74, the 95 has to take a pass through Nicholas Vroman for going through too many pit stalls. Went through 7 pit stalls. I was telling you, tonight, one of the keys to the race, making no mistakes. He made all the mistakes right there. You can't go through 7. You have a 5 pit stall limit. As the caution comes out,
we got a caution.
Very, very good break for Nicholas Vroman right there.
Jeffrey
He's making the pass.
Creek going to be involved in this. One of the VRA guys.
Oh, no. Jeffrey Creek's involved in this one here. Let's go take a look at that replay, Josh.
That is what we are doing right now. You read my mind. 81 people watching here currently as we are under caution for the second time. I would see the 54 of Jeffrey Creek on the outside. The 32 of Darren Clement here. It looks like going to be looking to take it 3 wide there in the center. Well, almost 3 wide there. We are 3 wide. Oh, that's what happened. Oh, the 32 and the 27. A little bit of hammy action, or what net code for everybody that don't know what it is, or lag. I'll just say lag. Could have been that, but there was definitely some contact there between the 32 and the 27 and the 54, just having nowhere to go.
Yep, looks like contact there between those 2 teammates there of the 27 and the 32. And then Jeffrey Creek, like you said, just with nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go, right up into the back.
Well, that is going to be a break for
32.
some of these cars. It looks like Tommy Amassi is going to be your free pass.
Hey, Tommy Haynes.
Yes, Tommy Haynes in the 17. Your pick to win tonight. And then it looks like here, depending on what these leaders do, I don't anticipate a pit stop. Maybe if they want to top off for fuel. Otherwise, I don't think we're going to see any wave rounds. I think we're just going to see 31 cars going to be on the lead lap here, Josh.
All right. Well, we'll just have to wait and see here. And
got time for an interview?
Not gonna. Yeah, I want to see what these drivers do though, because if they do come down pit road, I don't want to disturb them. But we'll see here.
Times.
Yeah, I've done it more than once. We'll see kind of what they do here, and
well, they look
go
committed.
from there.
They're all on the bottom.
except for Alan and
Yeah,
Cameron.
looks like
And-
everybody's staying out
Yeah.
here, Josh.
Yeah, they're staying out. Well, how
Well,
about
no,
we?
not exactly. Looks like
What?
we got the 23, the 3, the 12, the 19, all coming down pit road here.
3, 12, 19. All right, yep, they are coming down pit road. So yeah, let's go ahead and get an interview in. Who do you want to talk to here? Who do you want to talk to?
I want to talk to a back marker. Can we talk to a back marker?
Is somebody in the back?
I want to talk to somebody a lap down. Can we talk to Blair Patterson?
Yeah, we can go ahead and bring
He's a
bring
good
the daddy
interview.
up here.
I like pulling him up here.
Hey, go ahead. There you go.
Blair Patterson, Gary Wells in the booth. You got a copy?
What y'all doing?
Well, we're just sitting here broadcasting this race here, bud. Not the race that you've wanted, though. Running around here in 33rd overall. How's your experience been at Daytona?
Fantastic. I'm up 6 spots from where I started.
That's very true. We start at 39th, running 33rd. How's the car feeling out there?
Really, really good, believe it or not. I know 33rd, 1 lap down. You would not believe me if I said really good, but it is really good.
Well, fair enough. Did you just lose the draft there, and that's what kind of has been your Achilles heel here tonight?
I made a mistake getting on pit road on the first green flag stop. You'd think I learned something from the Truck Series race last night. Nope. Slow learner, 91 driver right here.
Well, we definitely understand that. That's actually one of my keys to the race here tonight. No mistakes on pit road. Shame, shame, shame. Well,
why didn't you tell me this earlier, Gary?
Well, that's on the team owner right there. That's my fault. You're right. I should have been
Come on,
better.
Gary McReynolds. I need this information.
Right. You definitely do need that. Well, I'm giving it to you now, driver. So here you go.
I appreciate it.
No problem. Well, I hope you're enjoying the show here. Hopefully, we get a couple more cautions so we can see you and Logan get back on the lead lap here and hopefully pull out a good finish tonight.
Yeah, that MaxSpeedTV car needs to get back on the lead lap too.
Yeah, it really does. All right, Blair, we'll let you go here. You have a good rest of your race here.
Thank you, boys.
As we see him getting pulled down pit road here, that's why I wanted to try to get out of there.
Yeah.
Didn't want to have him in there too long. The race down off pit road is going to be very interesting amongst our lappers here between Richie Evans. We got the 91 of Blair Patterson, of course. Really going to be important how you get off pit road because that could determine whether you're the lucky dog and the next caution comes out.
Yes, it is. All right, well, let's go ahead and pull up another driver here if I can find him. I don't know if... I am looking for Danny Rogers.
Danny Rogers. I think he's down here in 4X. He is. You want me to grab him?
Go ahead and grab him.
But I have
Danny
my
Rogers.
wife, 2
Joshua
kids,
Medlock
and-
in the broadcast booth. Buddy, got a copy.
Who are they talking to?
Danny Rogers, Joshua Medlock, Gary Wells up here in the booth. Got a copy.
Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
We're doing all right, man. Yeah, you just sitting there talking. Just getting it going there, buddy. Well, hey, you're currently running in 12th, started 32nd out there in that number 18 Serpro machine. Man, coming down to the wire, 20 to go here tonight. Do you think you got what it takes to bring it home in the victory lane here tonight?
Man, I sure hope so. I just been trying to be real patient for the first 80 laps, just trying to stay out of trouble, and didn't really qualify the way I wanted to be, but it doesn't really matter here in the race. But yeah, now we're actually in a good position to put ourselves up towards the front. So I love racing Daytona, so I'm gonna try to get up here and try to win this race for our team.
Yes, sir. Well, you know how it gets under 20 to go for any super speedway racing. What are your expectations once this green flag drops again? I mean, what do you got to do if something happens around you?
Right. Well, I mean, it's just kind of hard what lane to be in. I mean, I've ran both lanes tonight. The inside just seems like I don't really like the inside as much because you get such a good run and then you have to really pedal off the throttle. It just starts checking up. So you just kind of have to just be patient here and just kind of see who you're around and who can help you and who you can help. And man, that's all you can do, man.
Yes, it is. All righty, Danny. We'll let you get back to your team. Double file here, ready to go green flag racing again. Hey, good luck, Danny.
I think we pulled him up there in the middle of a conversation with this team for strategy there, but that happens sometimes. Looks like we got 30 cars back on the lead lap here, Josh. 30th place being Darren Clement. Looks like Tommy Haynes is back on the lead lap. Gonna be an interesting restart here. About what? 19 to go, 18 to go when we take the green.
Yeah, 18 to go when we take the green. Yep.
So it looks like these guys are getting ready to tighten it up here, coming to the green. We've noticed that there's only been 2 cautions here tonight, which is kind of surprising for Daytona with these guys, but they're doing a heck of a job. Definitely going to be interesting as these last 20 laps unfold. I think we're going to see a lot more take and no more give, Medlock. So going to be interesting, though, seeing these 3 VRA cars up at the front.
Oh, yeah, 3 of them. Alan Elwood, Cameron Hearn, Scott McClendon. We know teammate action is going to be happening up front. We also got some prime time guys up here as well. Cale Gale, Ed Morris. Yeah, oh, man, it's going to be crazy. But pace car is going to make its elusive dive to the safety of pit road. The communication between Virtual Racing Alliance. The green flag is out. Here we go. 18 laps remain.
And you can't change lines before the start-finish here, so these guys were definitely trying to keep it clean as much as they could. Looks like Alan Elwood's going to try to pick up his teammate Cameron Hearn, who he's been pushing all night long. But it looks like the primetime boys aren't going away just yet. They're all on the outside line. Looks like Cale Gale here is going to be pushing the 15 car. Cameron Hearn is the exit turn number 2.
Virtual Racing Alliance versus primetime right now up front.
Well, and like I said here at the start of the show here at Mid-Rock, it looks like here these primetime guys have really got the super speedways figured out with the strategy, who's the best leader, who's the best pusher on the team. It looks like Eddie Morris is just content riding third in line there on that high side. But these guys here really know what they're doing when it comes to Daytona.
Well, I wouldn't count them out yet either. Hampson Motorsports guys up here as well. Chris Seidenfaden and the 88 of Zach Willard being picked up this season.
They got a, looks like a 4X car there, Brandon Freeze, stuck in the middle between these two. So they're going to have to figure out how to move him out of the way.
Stephen Dean in chat saying he misses me.
I'm sure.
Well, we were going to have somebody else up here with us tonight, but he's not feeling good. Colin out there, he has helped me once before. But Gary not feeling good. We were talking about that earlier on in the day today. I hope he just gets to feeling better. And maybe he can get back out up here with us maybe next week and call some races with us.
Yeah, that's what he's been wanting to do. He's said he got a little bit out on the burned out on the driving side of iRacing, so definitely wanted to explore another avenue. That's when I brought him up to you and made that connection. So definitely interested. Just, hey, if you can't talk, you can't talk. It's just how it goes sometimes.
Oh, I have been there many, many times, and it's not because I've been sick. It's because of blowing out my voice. But I think this season is going to be a little bit different. Yes, I'm still going to continue to be me and get loud, but with that help from my co-commentators, Stephen Dean out there in chat, helping me out, Gary Wells, and Logan Cox will be with us tomorrow night for the Rick Motec Cup Series here for Extreme. We'll get more into that later on after the race here tonight. 15 laps to go, and we still have battle for the lead up here, Primetime and VRA, and they're still 2x2 all the way back. And I think this single file stuff is over with.
Yeah, this single file stuff is definitely over with, but I don't know. I know it's just Daytona, but it could definitely be a message that Primetime and VRA are just trying to send out there this season to Sampson. Hey, we're here too. We want to win this championship too. So definitely going to be an interesting team points battles. I think Cale Gale led that lap by 1
Oh, wow. Wow. Cale Gale leading the lap. For everybody that don't know, yes, that is the Cale Gale. Yes, it is.
Former Kevin Harvick Incorporated development driver. Put Kyle Busch in the wall to win a race at Homestead one time. Yep, that was the same Cale Gale.
Oh, we're going to go 3 wide up here. 3 wide back here.
We got one on the apron. Oh, look, 3 wide.
3 wide toward the back, 3 wide up front. GT.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
GT
3 wide. GT.
Out of the way to go to the high side. He is in the sucker hole.
If he can get a couple of cars up there, we're going to be going 3 wide.
Yeah,
but we're still 3
I don't
wide.
think that's by design yet here. No one's really gone with him.
He's going to drop it. Right, he's going to drop it right back down in line.
Right there was a hole between Justin Gann and Brandon Freeze. He's going to take that spot right there. Definitely going to be interesting. I think we'll see 3 wide probably here in the next couple of laps as we approach 10 to go.
Yeah, coming to 11 or 12 to go, excuse me. But up this time by, still side by side up front. I don't really want to leave. Oh, Joshua Gillian going to go 3 wide on the outside. He's falling back a spot. 99 of William M. Orr going to get around him.
Looks like we got a lap car up here on the top, the one car there.
Blake Griffin.
He's going to be falling like a rock to the back of the pack here.
Oh, we're wrecking the 57 around.
57.
Hunter McDaniel, no caution.
No caution for Hunter McDaniel. Almost like Connor. I don't know why. Yeah, it looks like he's getting back up to speed here.
Let's see here what happened to Hunter McDaniel as he goes around. Still green. I'm going to go back and take a look at it here. Well, Gary keeps an eye up front.
Yep, still side by side here. No 3 wide just yet.
Okay, well, it looks like, maybe contact there with the 42. That's what happened. That sent Hunter McDaniel around.
Yeah, the 42 there, I believe that
David
is
Elliott.
Yeah, I'm kind of seeing here on the replay. I am watching this on YouTube, so gives me a good view. As these guys are still side by side. Well, they're 3 wide here, about mid-pack. I believe that's Darren Bruce in the 27, I think. Or no, that's the 19.
Oh, and we're
Danny Ware, we got
back
a caution.
here. We are wrecking Danny.
You just saw him in the middle as you were live there showing that replay.
Oh.
And it looks like there's just, contact between the 10 and the 19. And that 55 gets into him, and that 19, he almost went into the parking lot here at Daytona.
Oh, well, we're going to be on Danny Ware here as he took a right in 3/4 and a half. And I seen it earlier, the let's see 3-2-1 blast off. Well, we don't want to see it, but unfortunately, we're going to see it right here in this caution. Danny Ware going for a ride as they went 3 wide, and there it was. Contact 10 into the 19. 19 pushes up into the 55. It looks like some net coating there between the 55 or hammy action, I should say. And then, that 19 of Danny Ware. Oh, man, he is just flipping. And then right up ahead of that, we see the 1 in the 55 Northern Capital Machine also making some contact. But you know the way I do it here, folks. We have got to ride along cockpit with Danny Ware because this was a hard lick by Danny Ware and how that brought back some memories for sure. But we're going to go cockpit here with Danny Ware. Get motion sickness. Please don't watch this. Right here's where it's going to be. And yeah, he just goes up and over. Those flaps did not help that situation any at all.
Yeah, definitely didn't help himself there. But looks like I'm seeing here as of lap 90, they're going to make that at fault there of the 19 of Danny Ware. And he is going to get his EOL as the 19 comes down to the 10. That is the official admin ruling here.
All right, coming down from the admins.
And that is Jacob Lee giving us a live update of the penalty chart for this season, race by race. So very good. I like it when the admins do that, when they update it live, just so we know what we look like we're talking about here.
Yeah. We got to know what we got. We think we get to know what we're talking about. But yeah. But those live updates as it happens, it really gives us more information to tell all the fans that are out there tuning in. We got 82 right now concurrently watching, 45 likes, and we're getting 5 more for that 50. I would appreciate it, but I am not going to complain with 45 likes here tonight. Awesome job by everybody out there. 83 currently right now as it went up 1. So awesome job out there. But Gary, under 10 to go. You know I don't like interviewing anybody under 10.
Right.
So,
Yeah, we don't
you know,
do that here. 9 laps to go. Looks like the lights are still on the pace car. This is an opportunity for these guys to save some fuel here. I did not see anybody pit, but I was kind of preoccupied there as pits were open. Looks like I think everybody stayed out. Josh, am I correct?
yeah, I don't see anybody coming down.
I guess here with these last 2 cautions back to back, they might be good here for a green, white, checkered, but we'll just have to see. I think if you're outside of the top 15, you'll definitely see these guys come in and pit if we do have a green, white, checkered, just to give themselves some 4 tires for that last run. But like I was telling you, Josh, it's all take here, no more give inside the last 20 laps. So I already had another quick couple yellows here. But looks like they are getting. We're still staying single file. I think we're 2 to green here because I still see the lights are on.
The lights are on, not out.
Yes, lights are on. That's what I said.
Oh, okay. I thought you said out. My bad. Misunderstood you there. Oh, looks like somebody. I seen some smoke there.
Yeah, I think it's just some ping and quality errors there. It happens a lot under caution. I know, especially to Blair Patterson, that happens to him quite a bit.
Oh, VRA guys, 1 and 2, followed by Primetime in 3. Cameron Hearn, Alan Elwood, Hale Gale, Scott McClendon in 4th, and Willa Nelson is going to be the top 5.
And it looks like we got 30 cars back here on the lead lap. Paul Irvin, I think, was the lucky dog.
Yeah,
Maybe
Paul Irvin, though, is smoking down pit road. Unfortunately, his night is going to be coming to an end.
Yeah, it looked like he was involved in that last wreck there. Tough break for him.
That's going to be some required repairs.
Oh, definitely for sure. Whenever you get that meatball, they will not clear that. What I mean by a meatball is that there is a black flag on iRacing. In the middle of it is the orange circle. That means you have repairs that need to be made, and you're not allowed to come back on the track until those are done. So we like to call that as drivers the meatball flag. You never want to see the meatball.
Yeah, you never want to see the meatball where the lights are off. We're going to be getting the green flag at 6 to go this time by. And, we're going to have to say it here. They do have 1 attempt at a green, white checker. We've said it before. We'll say it again.
I think we're going to use it here, Josh.
You think we're going to use it?
I think so. I don't think these guys are going to be able to do it for 6 more laps. I think we're going to see 1 more yellow here. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong, and I hope I am. But
I've been wrong many, many times.
I'm just going by the trends here. 2 out of the last 3 Daytona races here, we've had a green, white, checkered. So
52 likes. We hit that 50 mark here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We got 80 still concurrent here. Been fluctuating anywhere between 75 and 83 here tonight. I appreciate every single one of you out there. We're going to be coming to the green flag here.
Got Dennis in chat here saying, never want to see that meatball. It's awful. Yes, it is. Yes, it is indeed. But these guys side by side here, going through turns 3 and 4. Everybody's getting all bunched up, ready to gear up for this last restart. I'm about ready to tighten my belts 1 more time with these guys
here, Gary.
Of course, that Ford Mustang pace car is on the track, getting ready to dive down to the safety of pit road. These guys here are going to be double filed. I don't think we're going to see any more single file, Josh. It's all going to be side by side here. Pace car's off. Cameron Hearn's going to be on the loud pedal. He's going to get the jump here. He's going to try to pick up his teammate there of Alan Elwood. Cale Gill right behind him in 3rd. And then he's got his teammate Willie Nelson and Ed Morris right behind him. Primetime guys all on the low lane here for this restart.
Well, and that's going to kind of help the Primetime guys, but they got the 15 up ahead of them. The teammates, also the 15 of the teammate on the outside, the 5 and the 51. They are trying to get around the teammate, but they're all full speed ahead, and there's not going to be any give here. They're going to battle it out here for the lead.
I wonder if Cameron Hearn's going to go up to the top to help his teammate, or if he's going to try to stay on the bottom here. Definitely going to be interesting as they come off of 4.
Coming to 5 to go this time, Bob.
And it looks like Cameron Hearn's going to lead that lap by about a fender.
Yeah, he did. He led it.
Oh, it looks like Elwood's got a good run there on that outside lane of the corners.
We got some. Oh, we got the 40. Joshua Gillian back here on the outside getting shuffled back.
Yeah, and he's not going to be able to make anything work on that outside unless he's got help.
He's got
kind
the
of
22 behind him.
Pretty much 2 lanes here tonight, Josh. We haven't really seen a 3rd lane come in just yet. It looks like the 99's trying to make something happen up there.
William E. Moore.
William E. Moore trying to get up there, but I don't think he's going to have any help. Looks like Cameron Hearn once again is going to lead another lap here. I think he's led the most laps here tonight.
4 to go.
4 more laps to go. These guys are still double file. Maybe trying to make a 3rd lane work here toward the back of the pack, but really these guys still staying double file. I don't think we're going to see 3 wide until maybe here in the next lap or 2.
Oh, what do you do in a situation like this, Gary? You're battling your teammate for a win.
Yeah, you're battling your teammate for a win, and honestly, at this point in the run here, I'm just going to push my teammate. That's kind of who I got. That's who I'm going to stick with there. Unless I, of course, see an opportunity to win, I'm just going to stay here in the back and just try to push him. And not only is it a good day for you, for your teammate, but it's also a very good points day for yourself towards the championship here. With that chase coming up at the end of week 10, it is by points. You don't get in by wins. So,
yeah, it is all by points.
So anytime that you're pushing your teammate to a win, you got yourself a really good spot to get towards that chase. So.
All right, we're going to be coming to 2 to go this time by Battle up front with the VRA guys and the prime time guys. We'll say that 5 times fast. And Amazon. Can't forget the 81 of Dwayne Culbertson, fastest in practice from 22nd to 5th. Here in the race, side by side of the lead.
To pay me as much as I keep mentioning in this broadcast.
2 to go. Allen's going to lead that lap on that outside line.
Yeah, barely there by 14 one-thousandths of a second there. That time by 2 laps of racing to go here. They're still side by side, and it's real tight amongst our leaders. Not giving an inch here.
Well, as we come out of turn number 2 onto the back stretch. Half a lap before the white flag. Can they make it?
I think they're going to make it here, Josh. I really do. They proved me wrong. But we still got to get through turn 4 here, so I'll just
get through turn 4. And the leader has to cross the line for the white flag.
And it looks like he is going to do it. All bets are off here. You either bring back the steering wheel or the trophy here, guys.
White flag in the air, 1 to go.
And Cameron Hearn led that lap by 9 one-thousandths of a second there. But Alan Elwood's going to take the lead going into turn 1, or at least attempt to. I think we're going to see cars go everywhere coming down this backstretch. The 81 gets into the 51 there, pushes him up just a hair. These guys are going to get 3, 4 wide all down this backstretch.
Yeah, Scott McClendon doing a little bit of rubbing and racing, pushing the daylights out of the number 5 of Alan Elwood. Wayne Culbertson looking. Here comes the 51 of Cameron Hearn. Cal Gale to the inside. They're wrecking behind them, but we are shooting it to the end. Big crash, but Cameron Hearn.
The line here first. I think it's going to be Cameron Hearn. He's going to win it with Cal Gale in second.
Cameron Hearn going to win it here tonight. Cal Gale winning it still in second here. Boy, that was close between Cal Gale and Alan Elwood. But our winner here tonight going to go to Cameron Hearn here. Man, what a finish. And no green, white checkered used here this evening.
Yeah, no green, white checkers here used. Everybody made it here. 4th place, or 4 cautions here tonight. Definitely a good run by these guys here at Daytona.
Yes, it was. All righty. Well, we're going to step away here and go to commercial break. Get the top 3 up here for the MaxSpeedTV post-race show coming up right after these messages. righty, folks. Welcome back here. MaxSpeedTV. We're going to be pulling up the third place finisher here really quick. The number 5 of Alwood, buddy. Man, I have not said that in a long time. Man, awesome run out there here for the VRA guys. And you just barely, man, on the side there at the end of the race, just could not get around at the line there of Cale Gale. But, man, talk about the racing out here tonight, buddy, and Daytona to open up the season.
Yeah, man, I'm super proud of everybody. The last couple nights, we haven't had the luck that we wanted with our team. Everybody's been up front at one time or another, but the last couple of nights, big wrecks killed everybody's chances of scoring a victory. So tonight, our goal was we were going to hang out early in the back, and then about halfway through the race, we're like, let's just go to the front and try to change strategy up a little bit, and it worked out. Scott, Cameron, and I, we all got to the front. Jeff had issues and wasn't able to keep up with lead pack. But overall, I can't say enough about our teamwork, our team effort. We tried to hold what we could up front. We knew that if we had both lines coming to the restart, that we'd be in great shape. We were just wondering if somebody would try to take it 3 wide, which they didn't. And it worked out in our favor.
Well, what was it like? You had your teammates up there. But you also was battling another team that had a strong performance here tonight too. Primetime was up there battling it out with you guys. I mean, you knew they were there. So what was y'all's mindset to try to keep them guys behind you?
We know that Primetime is fast, and we appreciate them racing clean. And I think everybody did a great job of just staying off each other. It was really hard fought there at the end. But overall, we knew we could trust those guys, and I think they could say the same about us. We're not going to do anything stupid to jeopardize where we are at the end of the race. And so yeah, having those guys around us was awesome, and it was a hell of a fight.
All righty, well, man, what was green flag pit stops like, real quick? Seems like everybody managed to do that pretty cleanly.
Yeah, green flag pit stops were great, and Cameron and I and Scott, all of us nailed that last green flag pit stop, and we were 3 or 4 seconds ahead of everybody else. And we're like, all right, we're in good shape here if it stays green. And then the caution came out, but everybody did an awesome job tonight, and super proud of everybody here in the league. Tonight was really an awesome race. All
right, well, I don't have it pulled up in front of me here. That was one thing. Okay, but so Vegas next week. Okay, so look, sounds like Vegas is going to be the track next week. What do you think about Vegas?
Vegas is going to be good for us, and if it works out to be a multi-groove race, especially down in 1 and 2, I think you're going to see a lot of passing. But ultimately, I think it's going to be kind of difficult to pass on the bottom. So if you keep your momentum up on the high side, I think you'll be in pretty good shape. We feel strongly about our 1.5 mile program, so I expect the same out of us hopefully next week.
Alrighty, Alan, congratulations on third here tonight. Good points tonight for you to start things off. Any final thoughts, shout-outs, words you want to give before you go celebrate, bud?
Yeah, just congrats to Cameron, Scott. We had the finish that we wanted. Abruzzi Racewear USA. Check out all their custom gear, for sim racing and for karting. Check them out at AbruzziRacewearUSA.com. And then also just everybody watching, the sponsor Rick Bell coming on board. It's big for us. You guys here in the booth, everybody extreme. Tonight was great, and I think we can expect the same next week.
All righty, Alan, man, thank you. We will see you next week at Vegas. We'll see you tomorrow night, right, for the Rick Motec Cup Series?
You betcha.
All righty, we'll see you tomorrow night, buddy.
Thanks, Josh.
All right, well, that is going to bring us to our second place here tonight, Cale Gale, and I believe Gary is caught up with him.
Yeah, well, he's out of the car already getting ready to go on his motorhome so he can get ready for tomorrow night. But Cale, second place here tonight. Talk about your race, man, overall. You had a pretty good run throughout in the top 5 most of the night.
Yeah, it was surprisingly a really clean race, all race. Want to thank all of my teammates over at Primetime Motorsports this season. We really worked good together in the race, all race. So, yeah, just a team effort. The way the restarts the way it cycled out there at the end, with Cameron and Alan both being teammates, they were kind of able to pretty much dictate the rest of the race there by controlling both the front lanes. The only way that it was going to happen is if somebody broke out from third or fourth row back and started the third lane. So really just trapped on the bottom, and it's Daytona. You come away with a second place finish, first race of the season. We had a great team points night. Willie finished third, and Ed finished sixth. So all three of our points drivers for primetime finished in the top six tonight, and obviously VRA had a great night tonight too, and it was a great race.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Well, talk about those green flag pit stops tonight. Seemed like everybody on your team as well nailed those down pretty good.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time Saturday morning. That's pretty key here at Daytona. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't, but obviously getting on and off pit road is very important, and can set you up for great track position if the caution does come out, which it did. So obviously Saturday during our testing, not only did we practice a lot of drafting, but a lot of pit stops together. That way, you got guys coming in hot behind you, just putting yourself in a situational awareness. That only happens a couple times a season at super speedway racing. So, it was, for the most part, a pretty calm race. It didn't get too crazy for the most part, but overall, I think it had to be a great show for the fans.
Yeah, you definitely did put on a great show, and more of an art there. You guys made that look easy coming down on pit road tonight. But next week, we got Vegas, and it's the first night race of the season. How do you guys feel about your mile and a half program coming into the season?
We've done a little testing there. I felt like last season that was a little bit of my personal weak spot towards the end of the season on the new tire model. Not necessarily, terrible, but not quite as good as what I felt like we could be. And I've really worked on adjusting myself to the fixed setups in this new tire model in the off season here. And David Weishart and last season and Alan Elwood, they've been really good. Cameron Hearn. There's a lot of really, really good guys in this Xfinity deal, and a lot of it is just running mistake-free races, minimizing the mistakes and doing that consistently week in and week out. Obviously, this is this you can go. We're going to Vegas next week, but when you come to Daytona, you can put it on red or black, and that's how your night's going to go. So, like I said a while ago, for us as a team at Primetime Motorsports to come away with 3 in the top 6, that's a great night.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Well, any last final thoughts, thank you, shout outs you want to give as we let you go celebrate your second place here tonight?
Obviously, just excited to be back here in a new season at Extreme Motorsports. I really enjoyed last season. Thank you for what you guys do on the broadcast. Thank you for Rick Bell, Simrigs, for stepping up and sponsoring the Xfinity Series this season at Extreme Motorsports. That's really big. I know the viewerships were up in the K&N race. Hopefully that's continued tonight, and we can keep growing Extreme. This is a great league to be a part of, very officially ran. The admins are great. It's a great league, and Rick Donovan does an absolutely outstanding job at building this league, and the guys in the community do a great job of running it.
Absolutely. We'll let you go celebrate your second place here tonight, and we'll see you next week at Vegas, or tomorrow night if you're racing Cup.
Yeah, I'm in the Cup Series this year, so we'll see y'all tomorrow night.
All right, sounds good. We'll talk to you later then.
All righty, well, that's going to bring us to our winner here tonight, Cameron Hearn, winning the first race of the season here for the Rick Bell's Custom Rigs Xfinity Series. Cameron, man, I bet you're ecstatic right now, winning the race, but also battling there with your teammates. Man, we want to hear it from you, bud.
Yeah, crazy race. My strategy when I went in the race was stay in the back. But all week we heard how Brad runs on the outside. Get on the outside, make a run. And me and Alan did it and got 1-2 there. Scott came up there with us. And then through pit cycles, we maintained that. And then after that, just it's pretty cool having your teammate battle for the lead. We had Kale in there behind me pushing me. So I felt pretty confident. I had a guy behind me I could trust, had the ability to kind of, not end up turning me, and he did a perfect job pushing me to the line. So I want to give a shout out to him. But overall, what a statement for BRA starting off the year. So I can't say anything more about that.
Oh, yeah, good points. Not definitely for VRA here this evening. We'll talk about, green flag pit stops. Don't really have to talk about tire wear here tonight, but, if you want to mention it, go ahead. But those green flag pit stops are key here when, when you do go green flag here at a super speedway, you cannot make any mistakes. So kind of talk about your strategy there coming down pit road.
Yeah, we pretty much pitted. Some guys pitted early, and we had a strategy that run it to you have no fuel left, and we're taking tires, left side one cycle, right side the other cycle, and pretty much we knew that it's a drafting track, so you can't win the race on pit road, but you can lose it, and that's what we try to do is just be conservative, don't overdo it in the pits, and talk about tire wear. The only area it affects you is stopping in your stall. That last stop, I didn't change any tires the previous stop, and I kind of slid through the stall a little tiny bit and hurt me a little bit, but that's the only tire effect that really made a difference in this race.
Yes, yeah. You can definitely lose it on pit road for sure. Well, Daytona out of the way. You don't have to worry about the super speedway right now, but you go to the mile and a half of Las Vegas. Whatever. I don't think what happens in Sin City is going to stay there because it's going to go to the next race. But how do you feel going to a mile and a half?
I'm excited. I can't stand super speedway, so winning this race is awesome. It's really could be anybody's race. Strategy comes in part, and I think we did a great job as a team in negotiating where to be, what lines to run, when to drop back, when to come to the front. Looking forward to Las Vegas because more driver's ability comes in there. So I'm looking forward to that. This is a great statement for me and the team, but Las Vegas is really what's going to separate the contenders from the pretenders.
All
That's a
righty,
good one
Cam.
right there.
Yeah, it is. That is a good one. All right, Cameron. Well, we're not going to keep you here any longer. Any final thoughts, shout outs you want to give before you go celebrate, buddy?
Yeah, I want to thank Rick Bell's Custom Rigs. I think we put a great show on tonight. Didn't have a ton of cautions just to be expected at Super Speedway, but I'm thankful to have them as sponsored Extreme. MaxSpeedTV, you guys do a great job. I look forward to these races every week. I want to thank Alan, Scott, Jeff, Davey, Brad, Delonte, everybody on this team. All week we've been practicing different fuel runs and all that kind of stuff that went into this. I appreciate them. Alan, all race, working with me, Scott being there too. Jeff had some bad luck, but at the end it was awesome to have all three of us in top five. Breezy Racewear, check them out if you guys need any custom gloves, shoes, any type of outerwear. They can make it for you, make it your team logos, put anything on it for you. Also, give a shout out to my wife who puts up my butt and me screaming after I win the race and waking up my 11-month-old kid. And my dad watching this, uncle up in Greenville. Give a shout out to him. His name's Rap, like yo, yo, yo. So give him a shout out. Appreciate him tuning in.
Awesome.
And it has been an exciting night. I thought storms were going to do something with the internet coming to the line or something like that, but lightning held off. So things are good.
All right. Well, yeah. Hey, things held off. That's a good thing, Cameron. We're not going to keep you any longer, man. Are you racing tomorrow night? Cup Series?
Oh, yeah. I'll be racing there, and I hope to see you in about 24 hours doing the same interview.
All righty, Cameron. Well, mark it down, buddy. Congratulations on the win here tonight and the first win of the season.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Uh-huh. All righty, Gary. Well, that's going to do it for the interviews, but I was given an announcement here, a message from Rick Bell himself. The person finishing in 6th place won something here tonight. That is going to be Ed Morris in that prime time number 7. Huh?
Okay.
Yep, in 6th.
What we got?
He has won a 16 gigabyte RAM DDR4 3200 megahertz MHZ card from Rick Bell. So Ed Morris, if you're out there paying attention, contact Rick Bell after the race, and you can get all
Hopefully
that set
he
up.
is.
Yeah, buddy.
That's some good equipment right there.
Yes, it is, and that's who won that. But congratulations goes to our winner here tonight, Cameron Hearn. Gary, what do you say we go down the unofficial results here tonight?
Go ahead, start us out.
All right, Cameron Hearn going to grab the win here tonight First round of the Rick Bell's Custom Rigs Xfinity Series for Extreme Motorsports and 99.com. Congratulations to Cameron. Cale Gale going to finish in second, but really close there between him and Alan Elwood. Willie Nelson going to finish in fourth. Scott McClendon fifth. Ed Morrison sixth. Dwayne Culberson seventh. Amazon. Danny Rogers in eighth. Justin Gann ninth. And Chris Seidenfaden going to be 10.
Oh my gosh. All right, coming to P11 tonight is You Want Fries with that. Brandon Freeze here coming in 11th place. 12th place, we got Shad Curran in 13th. Michael Atkins Jr., 14th. Zach Willard, 15th place. Your pick tonight. Tommy Haynes, 16th is going to be GT Hawkins. 17th is going to be William E. Moore, our pole sitter. 18th place, Joshua Gillian. 19th place is going to be Nicholas Roman. And rounding out the top 20 is going to be Jeffrey Krieg.
All right, Darren Bruce, 21st. Darren Clement, 22nd. David Elliott, 23rd. Michael Thwaites, 24th. Will Davis, 25th. Garrett Heath, 26th. Timothy Zayas, 27th. Gary May going to finish 28th. Bryce Senisak, 29th. And Logan Kais, 30th. Gary, finish them out here tonight.
All right. And 31st, we got Blair the Daddy Patterson. 32nd, Tom Massey. 33rd, we've got Richie Evans. 34th, Hunter McDaniel. 35th, Alexander Brown. 36th, Ron Schutte. 37th is Casey Duncan. 38th is going to be Paul Irvin. 39th is going to be Danny Ware. 40th is going to be Rhett Nichols. 41st, Blake Griffith. 42nd, Austin Hill. Rounding out the field is Mike Rominger. And, of course, always got to give our shout-out to our admins, Jacob Lee, and I believe it is Brett Cool and Calvin Hearn that was in the booth tonight. So, shout-out to those guys.
Is it Calvin Hearn or Calvin Hearing? I don't know.
Hearing? I don't know.
Not exactly sure
Calvin.
how to pronounce it. We'll just call him. Yeah, we'll just call him Calvin H right now until we get the actual pronunciation of his last name. But that is going to do it here for the first round of the Rick Bell's Custom Rigs Xfinity Series for Extreme Motorsports and 99.com here tonight. Tomorrow night, we're going to be right back at it for this week and the final race here at Daytona of this week for the Rick Motec Cup Series for round one of the season. Tonight, Gary Wells. Man, Gary, awesome job here tonight by yourself, man. Glad to be back up here in the booth. It's been way too long.
It has been, but always good to be up here in the booth. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It seems like what league race we do. They always come together here, but especially at Extreme. So glad to let Rick have me come up here another season, even though I'm a team owner now. So always fun. And good luck to Logan tomorrow night. He's going to be up here for the Cup Series.
Yes, he is. Logan Katz is going to be joining us tomorrow night here in the booth. And I cannot wait. And thank you, everybody out there tuning in here tonight. 62 likes here this evening. Awesome job. I think we hit 80 plus at peak here. Man, you guys, yet again, are awesome here. I'm not going to complain with 80 plus. For sure, I enjoy every single bit of it. I would like to see 100 plus every night, but hey, I'm still not going to complain with what we have at 80, man. Get that information out there, but that's going to wrap it up here for MaxSpeedTV. Until tomorrow night, folks, stay safe and have a good night.